91.9 FM HD2, New York.
An Odyssey station.
Welcome to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, the moment we have all waited for. The dogs are on the grill, the nachos are being prepped, the drinks are being poured, and football is back. For those of you that don't know, I'm Anthony Gallo, and this is Gridiron Game Day. It's a national holiday. Whether they celebrate it or not, today is a wonderful day to be in America. Football's back. Week 1, NFL, and there's a lot to get to. A full slate, and we'll bounce around every city in America. We'll get to every one of the games. We'll keep you up to date. Every touchdown, every big play, fumble, interception. We'll keep you up to date on the injuries, fantasy, gambling, whatever it is. This is your place for NFL football. And it's week 1, and there's a lot to get to, a lot to talk about, a full slate of games for what feels like we've waited an eternity. We waited all spring, all summer, and we are back. We've had a couple games. You know, the Eagles knock off the Cowboys. We went all the way down to Brazil, and the Chargers run through the Chiefs, and we have every game at the tip of your fingers right today. Steelers at Jets, Bucks at Falcons, Bengals at Browns, Giants at Commanders, Dolphins at Colts, Raiders at Patriots, Cardinals at Saints, and Panthers at Jaguars is where we start. That is the 1 o'clock window. And this football season, you know, it brings hope. Everybody has hope. It's the one beautiful thing about this sport that on week 1, day 1, everyone has a shot. If you went 0-17 the year prior, you still have a shot the next year. If you're the Titans or the Giants, you still have a shot the next year to make the playoffs. You know, new faces, same place, new face. You know, Rodgers returns to MetLife, which is where we'll start when we jump around the league. The Steelers visiting the Jets, Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Jalen Ramsey, all on what feels like a Steelers team that is chasing yet another playoff appearance in the Tomlin era, hopefully to get over a hump, and possibly the Aaron Glenn era starts in New York or New Jersey, whichever way you look at it, whichever side of the river you live on. And then in Tampa Bay, we have a Bucs team that looks to build on what felt like a successful season, led by Baker Mayfield and what feels like a very talented offense, where the Falcons and their young quarterback, second-year quarterback, Michael Penix, and they try to build towards what hopes to be. The Bengals and Joe Burrow look to rectify what was a disappointing year last year, riddled by injuries, and now an offseason full of contract disputes, everything you could ask for. The Bengals are on the field today, visiting Cleveland, and their, roulette, their, whatever quarterback, pick your flavor, a la carte today with Joe Flacco starting for the Browns. The Giants look to start what hopes to be the step in the right direction during this Daboll and Shane regime. And you hope that a veteran group of guys with some young mixed in, whether it's Abdul Carter or Jackson Dart, who we may even see today, as reports say that there may be a couple packages there. And the Commanders look to build off of the first year of Jaden Daniels, a year where they felt like nothing could go wrong. And now, instead of being the feel-good story with the rookie quarterback, the young, exciting QB, they now have expectations and a target on their back. They now have the thought that they could possibly even reach a Super Bowl. So that should be an exciting in-division matchup. And it's fun. We get a few in-division matchups to start the season where regularly we have to wait till later in the year to get that. Dolphins visit the Colts, a Colts team that feels like they're in a flux. Daniel Jones starting over the young, exciting Anthony Richardson as they host the Miami Dolphins in the Mike McDaniel era. A Mike McDaniel who many people believe is on the hot seat, an offense that has all the names, all the talent, and you hope that right now, if you're a Dolphins fan, this is the year they can put the pieces together. This is the year they can make the playoffs and win a playoff game, as it's been forever since they've done that. The Raiders start off the Pete Carroll era as the Patriots start off the Mike Vrabel era. Drake May versus Geno Smith. Ashton Genty versus Travion Henderson. A lot of excitement surrounding that game for both fan bases. The Cardinals visit what may be, and I hate to break it to you, Saints fans, what may be the worst team in the league. The Cardinals kick it off in New Orleans, in the Big Easy. They are 6.5-point dogs. I believe that entering Sunday, I know the Broncos and Kyler Murray would also, on paper, like I said, everything's exciting right now. All of these offenses are tremendous right now. And the Cardinals kick it off in the Big Easy. And we'll obviously, again, we'll bounce around to all these cities in a little bit. The Panthers visit the Jaguars as the Panthers look to build towards something that resembles consistency. And the Jaguars look to rectify what was a very disappointing year. A year where they finished 4-13. Trevor Lawrence is healthy. They have them, what many thought was the most exciting prospect in the draft in Travis Hunter. And hopefully we get to see him play both sides of the ball for the entire season, have that unicorn Ohtani type. And that Jaguars team, Duval County, Duval, has a lot of excitement. And I expect big things from him this year. And a few, storylines that we saw from this week and weeks prior heading into this week. The Eagles start their championship defense with a W to open the season against the Cowboys in what was as exciting a season opener as you can ask for. And the Chargers beat up all the way down in Brazil, beat up on the Chiefs. And maybe, just maybe, that Chiefs reign on the AFC West slowly starts to loosen their grip as Justin Herbert, who has a lot to prove this year, goes out and destroys that Chiefs defense, which we all thought was a good Chiefs defense. So maybe, just maybe, we have a new top dog in the AFC West, and we'll get to see what the Broncos do later in the day, too, as Bo Nix and Sean Payton try to build off what was a successful first season for the rookie, now second-year quarterback. And the biggest news of the offseason, it wasn't, the change in broadcast rights. It wasn't Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers. It wasn't the draft. It was Micah Parsons being traded a week before the season, week and a half before the season, to the Green Bay Packers. And how that will send ripple effects across the league. Micah Parsons, we'll get to see his debut today in that 4:00 window. We saw Kenny Clark, which even though that run defense struggled on the outsides, Kenny Clark's presence was felt on that Cowboys defense on the inside. So it's all right there. And before we get to, our guys down on the field and we get to talk to them, some key injuries, key absences for you fantasy owners out there. Darren Waller out for the Dolphins. Chris Godwin out for the Bucks. Quinshon Judkins out due to just signing his contract. The last guy to sign from this 2025 draft. Christian Kirk out for the Texans. McCaffrey, questionable, something to monitor, and we will update that as soon as we get information on that as well. Isaiah Likely out for the Ravens. Tyler Bass, the kicker for the Bills, also out. Jordan Addison suspended, much like Rashee Rice was suspended, obviously, on that Friday night game. So stuff to watch there. And we'll obviously update you any other, breaking news, inactives that come down. We'll probably won't see anything for the 1 o'clock window, but anything for that 4 o'clock window, we will update you on. And then we'll update the Christian McCaffrey news as, just like many of you, I am sitting and waiting to see if he will start. If you see me scramble on my phone, it's because I got to get my guy in. But a lot to get to, and we kick it off, a full slate. We might be one of the few Sundays we have earlier in the year where we have a full slate of games, but we kick it off going down to MetLife, East Rutherford, New Jersey, to touch in on Aaron Rodgers' return to the Jets. Justin Fields' debut at
and we're very excited about things. So here we go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And welcome. Yeah, this should be interesting. You know what? The first thing that jumped out at me, and you forget the Justin Fields and the Aaron Rodgers and all that for a moment, I think this place is going to have about 40% Steeler fans today. You know, they travel very well. And
they're one of the best.
And there's tons of black and gold throughout the stadium. But, you know, just so many little storylines besides the Rodgers storyline, which is huge. I mean, he gets dumped by the team in February, takes that cross-country flight, you know, and Aaron Glenn says, we don't need you. So you know he's going to be ramped up for this game, and it'll be interesting to see how he works with his offense that's been somewhat established but had some additions, you know, most notably DK Metcalf, who has grabbed 66 catches the last couple of years. He's going to be a target. He's going to be the guy that gets those slants and the quick reads from Rodgers. They've worked at that in training camp, from what I've told. And so I just think Rodgers brings an air of professionalism to that position that they might have lacked a little bit last year with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, who's making his start for the Jets. And, you know, I know we followed the Jets in the preseason, and Fields was allowed to do only so much. You know, they spoke more of his leadership and his running ability than they did his actual passing. So we'll see if that's a concern, especially now with Elijah Vera Tucker not playing on the offensive line since he tore his triceps. So the Jets definitely have their work cut out for him. Aaron Glenn, in his first year as head coach, he's promised to clean things up. You know, with the Jets, it's always a dumb mistake or an ill-advised penalty or a roughing the passer call. We'll see if they can clean that up a little bit and have a reasonably respectable season.
Mike, how is the weather out there right now? How much of an impact do you think that'll have on the game?
I think it'll have very little. I mean, it was drizzling. It is still raining a slight bit, but it's not very windy, and it isn't very cold. Temperatures right now are probably around 60, 62 degrees. So I don't think that'll be an issue, but we'll see as the game goes on.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike. We'll check in with you a bit later.
All right, Anthony. Thank you.
The great Mike Mancuso, as always, a big day at MetLife for both teams. And he is right. You know, those Steeler fans, Cowboy fans, Steeler fans, and, you know, Raider fans, I feel like travel the best around the country. You know, I like to say as a, you know, proud Broncos fan that they also travel pretty well. But an exciting day at MetLife for both the Jets and the Steelers. The Jets start a new era, and Aaron Rodgers returns to MetLife for a Steelers team with big hopes. But we go down to ATL, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Our guy, Jeff Zell, is there to set the scene, to tell us what's up. Jeff, what is going on?
Hey, Anthony, you know what? Atlanta fans, the sports fans in this city, are hoping for a Freaky Friday scenario. Let me explain that. They want the Falcons to take the identity of the Braves and become one of the top teams in their sport, while the Braves, who have made the playoffs 7 years in a row, languish with a losing record this year and no postseason. In fact, Anthony, it's been 9 consecutive years, exactly one team of the two has made the playoffs. But this is the Michael Penix era, with Bijan Robinson carrying the ball and Drake London catching it. The other type receiver, though, Darnell Mooney, is out, while key offensive lineman Caleb McGarry is on the IR, and he is out for the season. Now, Atlanta beat the Bucs in both games last year, but Tampa has won the NFC South 4 years in a row. Baker Mayfield continues to impress year after year, while future Hall of Famer Mike Evans is still going strong. However, both Chris Godwin and Jalen McMillan are out at receiver, as is offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs. 1 point to note, all-world nose tackle Vita Vea missed Wednesday and Thursday's practices with a foot injury. Now, he was back Friday. It'll be interesting to see how effective he is against Atlanta's offense.
Jeff, how much of an impact do you think Kyle Pitts will have today with this, you know, hopefully exciting Atlanta Falcons offense?
Gosh, you know, you said the two words that make so many Falcon fans cringe, Kyle Pitts. I like the guy personally. He's been very cooperative after games. I hope he does great. But year after year, he continues to disappoint, except for that first year with Matt Ryan. Who knows? Hopefully, you know, you never know. with Michael Penix throwing the ball, maybe this will be the time that Kyle Pitts really comes through, where they kind of use him more as a receiver than a tight end because he can't block. So Kyle Pitts, you hope for the best if you're a Falcons fan, but you expect the worst.
Jeff, thank you. We'll check in with you later, my man.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there we go. A lot to be excited about with the Falcons. And with the Bucs team, yes, banged up right now, but also, they draft a young wideout. They have what it was a stable of wideouts, and today, obviously banged up, not just in the skill positions, but on the offensive line. So it should be an exciting game in Atlanta. And I think the key there is how much that Falcons defense shows up, which they were a bit of a weakness there last year. And, everyone wants to see with the young quarterback, an offense with a lot of skill, and a lot of expectations, but they have to put it together on the field. And now we go down to the battle for Ohio, the Bengals visiting the Browns, both teams, a lot of question marks, different expectations. We go to Huntington Bank Stadium to talk to our guy, John Bozico. What's going on, John? How are you?
How's it going, guys? Glad to be back for another season. The Bengals are a 5.5-point road favorite today. The Browns' offense last year was 28th overall. Their defense was 19th. The Bengals, they did sweep this season series last year, and the Bengals' offense was actually 9th overall in the league last season. The defense was 25th. Joe Burrow led the league in completions, passing yards, and TD passes last year. But Burrow is 1-4 all time in week one, including losses in the past 3 week one games. And he hasn't even thrown a touchdown in the last 2 week one games that he's played in. Jamar Chase mostly has struggled against the Browns secondary, but he caught 2 passes on their secondary last season. The Bengals are actually 7-14-1 in September all time under Zach Taylor. That's the 4th worst mark amongst teams since 2019. The Browns, on the other hand, they have not been good in home openers or openers for that matter since 1999. Just 3-21-1, but 2 of those wins have come in the last 3 seasons. Joe Flacco is the 8th QB of the age of 40 years or older to start a week one game in the NFL since 1948. He's actually 12-2 all time in starts in Cleveland, whether it's Baltimore, wherever he played. New York, he won a game here for them at one point. And the Browns also boast one of the league's most elite pass rushers with 4-time All-Pro Myles Garrett, 22 tackles for loss last season. That led the league, but he was second in the league in sacks, only behind Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson, who has gone through some contract issues in the offseason. It's the Battle of Ohio, and the Browns are 9-2 in September games since 2020 under Kevin Stefanski. Look forward to bringing you guys hits here from Huntington Bank Stadium, or Huntington Bank Field, all afternoon in Cleveland, as it's the Browns and the Bengals set to kick off around 1 o'clock.
Thank you so much, John. Talk to you later. Big day in the land. And sorry about that, field, Huntington Bank Field. I got that one wrong. But a big day. And honestly, with that Browns team, I know there's a lot of intrigue behind the young quarterbacks, playing behind Joe Flacco, whether it's Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. And I know you say the name Shedeur Sanders and everyone's ears perk up. But they have an excitement around that team. And maybe it's not playoff excitement, but it's excitement because they finally feel like they're building something after, what was a down 2 years in, what is still the Deshaun Watson era, if you want to be, correct. But they look to build on that. And a Bengals team that I have high expectations for. I think they were rattled with injuries last year. They struggled defensively. I think that defense has gotten a bit better. That offense is elite. And they should have, if not the most potent passing game in the league, if not, they'll be one of the best. And Joe Burrow and co., those monsters at receiver, look to have a big start to the season. And as he said, they've started slow every year. So maybe this is the year they make the change. But we will bounce around to all of those games. We'll come back in. We'll check in on the Giants and Commanders, Dolphins and Colts, and we'll talk to BetQL own host Rob Brown and get you some play, some fantasy, whatever it is you need. All that. Anthony Gallo, Gridiron Game Day.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network.
It's easy to put off getting life insurance, but if something happens to you, will your family be protected? The last thing you want is for them to lose the house or struggle financially. With Ethos, you can get up to $2 million in coverage in as little as 10 minutes, all online. Plus, there's no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Ethos, life insurance made easy. Get your free quote at ethos.com/easy. That's ethos.com/easy.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, we're the home run hitters you need. Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
Once upon a dismal day, Bob's ice cream van looked gloomy and gray. Although he had big ambitions, his socials lacked creative vision.
That bad?
Maybe vamp it up a tad?
I have an idea.
Bob launched Canva and got into gear.
Create the video in the vampire theme and make it the funniest meme.
It went viral. Bob's business, a revival. Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at canva.com.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast with a wave of tropical lime flavor, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder than you. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, that's right. Week 1 NFL. Let's get going. To anyone listening on the BetMGM networks or watching on the YouTube, welcome. This is Gridiron Game Day with Anthony Gallo, and this is Week 1 of the NFL. And if you can't get excited about this week, you don't have blood in your veins. You're not a red-blooded American, because this is the day. Normally, and we will, Nico, Billy, we will be knee-deep in some food at some point today. Normally, I'd be 15 wings in, telling myself I'm done for the day, and then 1 p.m. kicks off, and I'm over here shoving more wings in my face. And we got a lot to get to. We'll jump down to Maryland in a little bit for Giants-Commanders, and we'll get to Lucas Oil Stadium as well to preview the Dolphins and the Colts. A lot to get to, as always. Some things to look out for, too. I'm curious what young quarterback, we'll see whether it's a rookie quarterback or a second-year guy who's finally getting the reins, Michael Penix or Caleb Williams, who will be the Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels of this year's NFL season, and what those two will do. Another year, expectations all sitting there. But we go down to D.C., to Maryland, Landover, Maryland, Giants at Commanders. Our guy, Chris Russell's got us going on. What's up, Chris? How are you?
All right, Anthony, good afternoon. Good to have you guys aboard here in Landover as we get set for Week 1 between last year's 3-14 New York Giants, but certainly a lot of improvements and a lot of expectations in year 4, Brian Dable and Joe Shane with Russell Wilson at quarterback, and then the 12-5 and NFC champion runner-up Washington Commanders. So Week 1 is about set. 1 o'clock, of course, the kickoff here. The rain has stopped. It is expected to stay dry, but it is cloudy. It is somewhat overcast. It is certainly humid, so whatever factor that will have. But again, the rain has stopped, and it is not expected to be a factor in today's game. Now, one surprise, I guess, on the inactives for the Commanders, it is Chris Rodriguez not playing, and he is inactive, whereas the rookie 7th-round pick, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, who wants to be known as Bill, he is playing. He is active in his first NFL regular season game, and this kind of brings us back to way back in 2012 when Alfred Morris drew the Week 1 start in New Orleans and Robert Griffin's debut for Mike Shanahan and took off and had a 1,600-plus yard season. So kind of a little bit of history, sort of, repeating itself here a little bit. So that's one storyline. For the Giants, they're going to have to do this without Andrew Thomas, which was expected. He was doubtful coming in, dealing with the lower leg injury. He's been oft injured. And, of course, former first-round pick and top 10 pick Evan Neal, he's inactive as well, as the Giants try and win this game on the road and get their season off to a good start. So, again, the Giants and the Commanders coming up here at 1 o'clock in cloudy and humid Landover.
Chris, before I let you go, what is a realistic expectation in year 2 for Jaden Daniels and this revamped Commanders offense?
In terms of numbers, if you want to quantify it this way, right, he had 25 passing touchdowns last year. I think if he can get to 30, that would be awesome. You look at his running prowess last year, Anthony. I mean, 891, I would like to see on 148 carries. I would actually like to see that number go down, just from the standpoint of you're trying to not expose him not only to injury, but hits and the wear and tear. Remember, he played 20 games as a rookie last year, including several of those with a broken or fractured rib, right? So you don't want to put that constant wear and tear. So I would look, for less running attempts, less running yards, maybe less running prowess from Jaden Daniels, more throwing, which he's already a great natural, in rhythm, accurate, good timing, anticipatory thrower. That's what I want to see more of, and that's part of the reason why they brought Deebo Samuel in here and, of course, re-signed Terry McLaurin.
Chris, thank you so much. We'll check in with you later.
You got it.
So we'll see. A big day. A lot of you locked in on the Commanders for more than just Jaden Daniels. Obviously, we'll see who gets the bulk of the carries in that backfield. We'll see how the wide receivers mix it up as well, and a Giants team hopefully building on something and saving Daboll and Shane's job. We now go to Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium, check in on the Dolphins and the Colts, a big offseason for the Colts Andrew Smith has got us covered all the way down in Indy. What's going on, Andrew?
Not much. Doing well here in Indy, where the Colts are looking to snap an 11-year winless streak in season openers. The last time they've won on opening day was 2013, and they're hosting the Miami Dolphins, who have won 4 straight season openers. On what's going to be an emotional day here in Indy, the Colts are honoring their late owner, Jim Irsay, and also former Giants quarterback Daniel Jones will make his first start in Indy. He is the Colts' 8th different opening day starter in the last 9 years. That's one of the things we're watching. Another is the Colts' revamped secondary with the additions of Charvarius Ward and Cam Bynum against Tua Tagovailoa, who's back healthy after winning 6 of his last 8 starts last year. The Dolphins went through a little bit of an offseason reset. The most impactful additions are safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's in the lineup today. Tight end Darren Waller is not. He's out with a hip injury today. So that's something. And obviously the two teams running games as well. Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis, 4th in the league in rushing yards last year. And then Devon Achane in Miami, a really good runner and receiver, and really does a nice job of complementing their the Dolphins receiving game. So should be a really interesting matchup here at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's a beautiful day in Indy. The roof is open, and we're looking forward to what should be a really intriguing opener between the Colts and Dolphins.
Yeah, very exciting, and we'll hopefully see a improved, quarterback play, whether Daniel Jones takes them the whole year or Anthony Richardson gets them going. Andrew, we'll talk to you a little later. We'll check in.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Very exciting for both teams. Obviously, the Dolphins looking to have an upstart season for that offense and hopefully build on what was an early successful Mike McDaniel's tenure. And then we see what the Colts can do. A team that, came into the offseason hoping that Anthony Richardson would own that job, would take that job by the reins and not give it up. But yet here we are week 1 and Daniel Jones is the starter. So we look forward to all of that. Also, if you have any locks, picks you like, fantasy questions, anything you want, you can always hit me at PicoDay_Gallo on X or Pico de Gallo 24 on IG. Obviously, if you're in the YouTube chat, shoot us a question there, and we'll try to read some on air before the end of the show or the kickoff of the 1 o'clock games. So whatever you got, some guys to like. I like Bo Nix's over with the 217.5 passing yards. Also, I like the over in the Bengals-Browns game. I saw the number at 47.5. Something like that. If you have anything you like, hit us up there, and we'll go from that. We'll read it on air. Not that I'm a fantasy expert, so take my opinions lightly, but we got a lot to get to. Obviously, we'll talk to Rob Brown of BetQL in a little bit, and we'll get his expertise on what to look out for, not just for this week, but for the entire season, futures, player props, whatever it is. And like I said, we've got a whole cast of characters today as we jump around the league, talking to everyone. And with that Colts team, they improved the secondary. They improve a lot of what they needed to improve. But the one thing we needed to see was Anthony Richardson being able to own that job. And whether you agreed or disagree with the decision to go to Daniel Jones, that was always the decision, was to bring in a guy that played like Anthony Richardson. Who knows if he's better or worse? He may be better, maybe worse. I know Giant fans are the only experts on Daniel Jones there are, as my guy Manny Rodriguez is sitting right next to me, gave me a look. And for that Giants-Commanders game, I'm excited to see. Two of the things I want to look out for, obviously as a Broncos fan, Bo Nix, but Jaden Daniels, and see how they build off year 2. And if they are able to replicate or even improve for Jaden Daniels, that's a huge ask. And a regression can mean that they make the playoffs and don't make it back to the NFC title game. But it also is not the biggest negative in the world, because when you start your career off reaching the conference title game, there's a lot to, live up to. But they add Laramie Tunsil. You go out there and you get Deebo Samuel, and they re-sign Scary Terry. So that offense with, Austin Eckler and the young Krosky Merritt, they have a deep running back room, deep wide receiver room, excellent offensive line. So there's a lot to look forward to there. And all of that will get, we'll jump in on every big touchdown, every interception on this Gridiron Game Day. And we go out to our BetQL betting expert, Rob Brown, joins us today. Rob, how's it doing? How exciting is it to speak on week 1 of the NFL season?
Buddy, we are so back. It is so good to be. I'm sitting out in the backyard in Greenville, South Carolina. It's like 74 degrees. The sun is shining. The birds are singing a little louder than usual. I smell buffalo wings, and there's not a restaurant within 10 miles. Like, how good is life right now?
That's what I'm talking about. Food and football is my life, essentially. But let's jump right into it. Before we get into the actual week 1 action, is there anything, a team future, maybe a surprise team or a disappointment you like this NFL season?
Yeah, I'll give you 2, and I'm it's all positivity today, right? Like the vibes are high today, brother.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to give you 2 dog divisional winners that I really, really, really like right now. And they're both out of the 2 South divisions. Give me the Carolina Panthers in the NFC South. I'm really high on this team. I love what Bryce Young did at the end of the year. Tenero McMillan showed you he's a dog. Chuba Hubbard's a guy. They might have one of the best 5 or 6 offensive lines in football. The only question is about the defense. And this is what I've been telling people for a very long time, Derek Brown is one of the best 2 or 3 defensive tackles in football. You saw how much they missed that guy last year, being unable to stop the run. Got him back and healthy at linebacker, but the run stuff game is going to be pretty good just because of that D-line. On top of that, I think Tampa takes a step back. 3rd offensive coordinator in 3 years. I think that's a problem. And New Orleans stinks. And I'll bet Atlanta to win in a division whenever the hell they actually win a division. So give me the Carolina Panthers. And then over in the South, I'm really high on Jacksonville, man. Like, I love Travis Hunter at the wide receiver. Etienne's going to be a very good running back. They up the offensive line. And Trevor Lawrence has not had a drop of stability since he got drafted to Jacksonville. You had the worst head coaching hire in history with Urban Meyer. If Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl and got fired a couple of years later, do you really think it was for any other reason that Doug Peterson was going off a deep end? I don't. So now they go get Liam Cohen, who was able to follow Dave Canales in Tampa and keep Baker Mayfield's numbers up high. Trevor Lawrence knows the pressure that is on him. You have to prove that you're that dude this year, or we all know you're not that dude. And it's not a terrible defense either. So I think Houston, terrible offensive line, TJ Stroud going to be running for his life. The rest of that division is just big fat question marks. Give me Carolina, give me Jacksonville to win the division. I think you're getting those at like 8-1 and like 3.5-1 respectively.
I love the Jaguars pick too. I'm very high on them. Obviously big fantasy day. Also player props. Any player props you like or fantasy big time players, whether it's DFS or standard fantasy, anything to look out for in your eyes?
So I will keep it a buck with you. Like, I'm not a huge fantasy guy, primarily because the level of competitiveness that I have combined with a level of diagnosed ADHD creates a world where I put more into my fantasy team. But there's a couple of guys I like that are maybe a bit undervalued. I'm going to take you down first and foremost to New Orleans, Louisiana. And I know that this is a team that is going to absolutely stink this year. And I'm a Saints fan, so I'm allowed to say that. It hurts my feelings on the inside. But there's a couple of dudes I'm interested in. Spencer Rattler, grab him, stash him right now. Put him on the bench for your future, because I think this dude was the steal of that draft. I know a lot of people are down because of last year. This guy was 0-6 last year as a starter. But he was 0-6 last year with the Saints grabbing a bunch of plumbers and electricians to fill out their roster because everybody on that team got injured, banged up, and hurt. I think the Saints will actually have some numbers behind Spencer Rattler this year. Chris Olave is a dude that gets open against anybody. Until he gets his brain scrambled again, he is going to be a big-time weapon. Alvin Kamara is going to be playing for his life this year. I don't expect him to have prime Alvin Kamara numbers, but I think as a receiving back, he is going to be set up. And remember, Kellen Moore is that head coach. How much did he utilize Saquon Barkley in the pass game last year? So he and Kendre Miller both are going to be highly used, and the Saints have always kind of had those pass receiving running backs back there, and Kellen Moore knows how to use those guys. So I think Spencer Rattler can ride those to maybe some shocking numbers. He might be a guy that's worth stashing in case your QB1's on the bye or gets hurt down the line.
Oh, I'm writing these down as a note. Real quick, just because we're up against it, what's your favorite pick of the day before we wrap this up?
Carolina over Jacksonville, which is hilarious because I just told you Jacksonville is going to win that division there, but I do think it's going to take some time. I think it's going to take some time to figure out where Travis Hunter fills out that offense. I'm sorry, I'm so gassed up about football. I'm struggling over here. I like Carolina. I think that they come out hot out of the gate. They're going to run the ball exceptionally well against Jacksonville. I also think that Tet McMillan is good for an anytime touchdown today if you like that. Give me Carolina to cover up on the road against Jacksonville.
I appreciate you so much, Rob. Where can everyone find you?
97.7 The Fan Upstate in Greenville. If you're not in Greenville, as I assume the overwhelming majority of you are not, thefanupstate.com is where you can hear my show 6 to 10 weekdays, and I am all over social media at The Rob Brown Show because I am a creative marketing and branding genius.
Thank you so much, Rob. Talk to you later in the season.
Guys, anytime. Happy to do it. Appreciate you having me.
Awesome. We'll stay tuned to that. We'll monitor all that. We'll get to a quick update. We'll come back. Our guy, Manny Rodriguez, updates us on everything in the sports world.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
All right, Gallo, inactives rolling in on this first football Sunday of the season. They include Chris Rodriguez Jr., Darnell Mooney, Raheem Mostert, Alan Lazard, Andrew Thomas, and Evan Neal. Jay Glazer says the Eagles offered at least 2 first-round obviously unwilling to trade the star edge to a division rival. Parsons ended up in Green Bay, where he is active for today's game but will be limited in their duel against the Lions. Speaking of the Lions, despite positive negotiations, the team and edge Aiden Hutchinson were unable to agree on terms to a new deal, but Jamison Williams gets paid by Detroit. The wide receiver inks a 3-year, $83 million extension. Reports say 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey is good to go for today's contest against the Seahawks. McCaffrey was added to the injury report on Thursday with a bad calf. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray added to the injury report this morning with an illness, but he will play against the Saints. The Bucs will be without wide receiver Chris Godwin today and for the next few weeks as he recovers from last season's ankle injury. The team is targeting a Week 5 return for the former Penn State star. College football, Bill Belichick records his first career win as a collegiate head coach. They breezed by the Charlotte 49ers 20-3 does UNC. After the contest, the former Patriots head coach confirmed that no staff from the New England Patriots were welcome at Chapel Hill.
Yeah, well, no, it's clear that I'm not welcome there around their facility, and so they're not welcome in ours. Pretty simple.
Belichick spent 24 years with the Patriots, winning 6 Super Bowls. Elsewhere, 3 ranked teams go down to unranked teams. USF upsets Florida 18-16 thanks to Nico Grammatica's 20-yard field goal as time it ran out. Mississippi State beats Arizona State 24-20. Blake Shapen's 58-yard connection with Brendan Thompson with 32 seconds is the difference. And Baylor upends SMU 48-45. Connor Hawkins is the hero in Waco this week after his game-winning 27-yard field goal in double overtime. I'm Manny Rodriguez.
This is the Infinity Sports Network. Follow us on X and like us on Facebook. Our handle is @INF Sportsnet on X and INF Sportsnet for Facebook.
Hey, this is Zach Gelb. I'm hanging with you weekday afternoon starting at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on the Infinity Sports Network.
Dude, guess how much I pay for a $1 million term life insurance policy? I don't know, at least $100? Nope. I got coverage through Ethos for around $69 a month, and it's all online. Really? Wow. I need that for my family. Yeah, you do. That way, if something happens to you, they're protected. Ethos. Life insurance made easy. Get your free quote today at ethos.com/start. That's ethos.com/start. Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for a 40-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
This is a 15-second test message. It's Sunday afternoon. Your closest location is Washington, D.C. You are using a desktop device. You have heard this message 6 or more times. End of message.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you, the gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher, I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Power up fall projects with Ego at Lowe's. Every tool delivers power beyond belief. So whether it's leaves, limbs, or lawn cleanup, count on Ego to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. And now for a limited time, save up to $60 on select blowers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Shop Ego today at Lowe's. Offers valid through 10/1 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey, I'm JR, and the JR Sport Brief is on the Infinity Sports Network. Weekday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, we're back. Gridiron Game Day. And I am Anthony Gallo. This is Infinity Sports Network. If you're checking out on the YouTube or on the BetMGM networks, welcome. We got a lot more to get to before these games kick off in about 10 minutes. So let's go down to Foxborough at Gillette. Raiders at Patriots. Our guy, Alan Siegel's got us covered. Alan, what is going on?
Well, Anthony, first of all, welcome. It'll be great to work with you all here. And I'll tell you, there's lots of intrigue here in Foxborough with the Patriots hosting the Raiders. The matchup features 2 veteran but first-year coaches with Pete Carroll and Mike Vrabel. Carroll also has new offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, while Vrabel brings back Josh McDaniels as his offensive coordinator. Both teams were 4-13 last year, and there is room for major improvements on both teams, of course. The Raiders, they'll be counting on defensive star Max Crosby to harass the Patriots' offensive line, which features an all-rookie left side in Will Campbell and Jared Wilson. Offensively, quarterback Geno Smith will be handing it off to rookie Ashton Ginty from Boise State. When Smith puts it in the air, his likely target will be Brock Bowers, who had 112 receptions for 1,194 yards and 5 TDs last year. If he grabs 2 balls this afternoon, it'll be his 18th straight game with multiple catches. Now, the Patriots, they'll be led by Drake May. Second-year quarterback threw for 2,200 yards last year in his rookie year with 15 touchdowns and 10 picks. They'll be throwing to newcomer Stephon Diggs, who signed with the Patriots after ACL surgery. He did not play in any preseason games, but he looks to be running and cutting okay. We'll see what happens here this afternoon. Tight end Hunter Henry, he'll represent a big threat for May. He had a career-best 66 catches for 674 yards and 2 TDs. Now, one rookie name to mention for the Patriots. He is running back Trevion Henderson, the second-round pick from Ohio State. Henderson has showed a unique skill pack in his preseason action, including a kickoff return for a touchdown. The Raiders have no injuries, while the Patriots will be without all-pro cornerback Christian Gonzalez, who has not practiced since January 27th when he went down with a hamstring. And weather could play a part this afternoon. It's raining here in Foxborough, and it's forecast to continue throughout the game. Anthony, back to you.
Thank you so much, Alan. Talk to you later. And a lot to look forward to both of those teams with new head coaches. Like you said, veteran head coaches, but new head coaches, a lot of young talent on both. Let's go down to the Big Easy, where the Cardinals and the Saints kick off the season down there at the Caesars Superdome. Les East has got us covered. What's going on, Les?
Hi, guys, and we do have a brand new head coach here, and Kellen Moore debuts as the Saints head coach. At 37, he's the youngest head coach in the NFL. It was just 7 months ago that he was in this building, the Superdome, as offensive coordinator when the Eagles defeated the Chiefs for the championship. Now, no one expects him to be back in the Super Bowl anytime soon. Expectations are pretty low for the Saints. The starting quarterback is Spencer Rattler, a second-year player who started 7 games last year, and the Saints did not win any of them, as the team won only 5 games the entire season. Now, the Cardinals started their rebuilding job, much like the one the Saints are undergoing now. They started it 2 years ago under Jonathan Gannon, who had been the Eagles' defensive coordinator. They won just 4 games this first year, but they doubled that to 8 wins last year. And with Kyler Murray entering his 7th season as their starting quarterback and a rebuilt defensive front, they are optimistic that they're going to be able to return to the playoffs this year. The Cardinals are nearly a touchdown favorite, but there are a lot of questions about the Saints, and we'll see if those are answered positively or negatively as Kellen Moore starts his head coaching career. We'll be filling you in throughout the afternoon.
Thank you so much, Les. Talk to you later. And that's a big day down there as well. As he said, Kellen Moore kicking off his Cardinals tenure and offense that hopes to benefit from an offensive-minded head coach, a guy who's had a lot of hype around him from his days in Dallas. And then we look forward. We're going to jump down to Jacksonville in just a little bit, and I'm excited to see what we get out of the young Travis Hunter and a healthy Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's go right down to Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Our guy, Brian Scheibel's got us covered. What's going on, Brian?
Yeah, hey, it's going well. We're glad to be here. And 85 degrees right now, cloudy in Jacksonville. There's about a 50% chance of some thunderstorms that could happen during this game. So it could be interesting to see if the weather plays a factor at all. For inactives for the Jags, Mason Smith, the defensive tackle, also rookie B.J. Green, Cole Van Lanen on the offensive line, and cornerback Montaric Brown will play. For the Panthers, Jimmy Horn Jr. is inactive, the rookie wide receiver, along with tight end James Mitchell and Cam Jackson on the defensive line. And then a big one here, Ikem Ekwonu, who
Brian, we'll tune in a little bit just because we're up against it and we're about to go to break. But we'll hear more from Brian later. I apologize for that, but we'll get more to that and in Jacksonville as we get ready for the start of the NFL season. Week 1 is in a bit. We are about to kick off to what should be an exciting season. So we'll get back down to Jacksonville and all the cities later on in the day from our guy.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Insurance. Financial services. Now when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide. Is both. Nationwide. Is both. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
This is a 15-second test message. It's Sunday afternoon. Your closest location is Washington, D.C. You are using a desktop device. You have heard this message 6 or more times. End of message.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast with a wave of tropical lime flavor, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You could keep daydreaming about McDonald's, or you could order McDelivery and be eating McDonald's. Some things are that easy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, delivery prices may be higher than at restaurants.
At some health systems, cancer care can make you feel like a number. At South Coast Health Cancer Care, you're more than a diagnosis. We offer the most advanced treatments and the latest surgical advancements, led by a connected team of experts who not only see your cancer, but all of you. Because healing isn't just medicine, it's compassion, it's connection, it's care that knows your story and walks along with you. We are South Coast Health Cancer Care. Visit southcoast.org/cancercare.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Power up fall projects with Ego at Lowe's. Every tool delivers power beyond belief. So whether it's leaves, limbs, or lawn cleanup, count on Ego to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. And now for a limited time, save up to $60 on select blowers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Shop Ego today at Lowe's. Offers valid through 10/1 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in, here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at uhc.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
Your home is a reflection of you. Who you choose to do your roofing, siding, windows, and doors matters. For 25 years, Henderson Roofing has served homeowners in Connecticut and Rhode Island. Founded and run by John Henderson himself, they pair quality materials with expert work. Just ask the thousands of homeowners who've given them 5-star reviews. Henderson Roofing, the partner you and your family can trust. Henderson-roofing.com for your free estimate. That's Henderson-roofing.com.
Catch all the action on the Infinity Sports Network. Live 24/7 on your local affiliate, SiriusXM 375, where sports fans tune in. 1019 FM HD2, New York.
An Odyssey station.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, the time has come. The balls are being kicked off, and we have real-life football. Yes, I know we had Thursday night, and we had the Brazil game, but we get Week 1 NFL action going as we speak. Hopefully to have an update soon, as long as nobody kicks off takes the opening kickoff back. But we'll get you every touchdown. We'll get you every big play, injuries, interceptions, fumbles, penalties, whatever it is. This is the place, Gridiron Game Day on Infinity Sportsnet. And welcome if you're watching on YouTube or the MGM Network. So welcome to you all as well. Before we really hop into it, I know it's a little late to this on this one, but some picks I like. I got 5. I'll try to give you guys 5 picks every week. In this window, I love the over in the Bengals-Browns game at 47.5. The Bucks total points at over 23.5. And then for the later games, Josh Jacobs under 74.5 rushing yards. Bo Nix over 217.5 passing yards. And Kyler Murray anytime tutty. Very excited as we get ready for this. It's the time of the year. It's the best time of the year. Opening day in every sport. There's opening night. All great. Nothing hits like the NFL Week 1. That's Sunday. You could smell it. I'm in a closed studio right now. I smell wings. I smell burgers. All of it. The drinks are flowing. The nachos are crunching. And I am fired up to be here with you guys. And it's a big day, as you see. And I'm curious to see what we get out of the games that I think in the 1 o'clock window that intrigue me the most are definitely the Commanders hosting the Giants and the Bengals visiting the Browns, just because I have such high hopes for both of those teams. And I have a lot of interest, intrigue. Obviously, all these games matter big time. Rodgers going back to MetLife to see that, or to prove that he still has something left in the tank and that he was a fluke being with a Jets franchise that feels cursed. And the Aaron Glenn era kicks off there as well. We'll obviously jump down there. We'll jump down to Atlanta to see what happens with Michael Penix versus Baker Mayfield and his boys. And there's a lot to get to. We get to see the Vrabel and Pete Carroll eras kick off. And that's where we start as we check back in with our guy, Alan Siegel, as he's got us covered. Alan, what's up?
All right, Anthony, the Patriots won the toss and they deferred, so they will be kicking off to the Raiders, who will present Geno Smith and Ashton Jenney right after them to start off the bat. And for the Patriots, by the way, they're going to be looking, they were 4-13 last year, but they'll be looking to win back-to-back games on opening day for the first time since winning 3 straight from 18 to 20. Patriots, by the way, they're 23.
He's going to last. We will have to see. Also, this matchup between the Falcons and the Buccaneers, probably the marquee early matchup. I mean, we talk about how weak the NFC South is, but these are the two teams that figure to battle it out in that division for the division crown. So right now, we're just waiting for that first score of the game. You could just get the sense of excitement once again with the NFL. VJ.
Good, 36 on a kicker. 99, I feel like, is a proper kicker number. And we are off. Helmets are clanking. Everything is right in the world. It feels like life is healing. The planet is healing. We already got our first 4 box of the day, 8 box of the day. inject this into my veins. And it's an exciting time for all these teams. Giants just kicked off as well to the Commanders, so we'll get going. Trevor Lawrence walking onto the field for the Panthers, and we've got finally some action in MetLife, as a little bit of action there. It's exciting to see what these new coaches, obviously new coaches, I'm going to say that a lot. Some of these guys are not new to the league. Obviously, Mike Vrabel, Pete Carroll, veteran guys, but it's an exciting thing to see them kick off their careers with their new teams. And, some older faces, Brian Daboll with the Giants as well. You're wondering with a guy like him or a guy like Mike McDaniel in Miami, what their futures hold and how much they have to go out there and really, coach to save their jobs. It may not, for McDaniel, it may mean a playoff berth. For Brian Vrabel, For Brian Daboll, it could mean anything. Let's go down to Indianapolis and check in as we just spoke about Mike McDaniel. Here's Andrew Smith from Lucas Oil Stadium. What's going on, Andrew?
Well, the Colts and Dolphins have just kicked off, and Daniel Jones, his first play as a Colts starter, a bootleg to first-round draft pick Tyler Warren that carries for 13 yards. The Colts have moved out to midfield on the first drive of the game, and Mike McDaniel's teams have won 4 consecutive openers. The Colts, as we mentioned, haven't won an opener since 2013, looking to snap that streak today. Tyler Warren already a pair of catches as the Colts have moved into Miami territory on the first drive of the game here in Indianapolis.
Thanks so much, Andrew. Talk to you in a few. And, big start for the rookie tight end there, a guy that many people thought might have been the most talented skill position player early in the draft. And we get a little Ashton Genty action early as well. So it's all going. We're back, baby. My juices are flowing right now. I am fired up. And let's get out to MetLife to check out what's going on in the Steelers-Jets game. Aaron Rodgers' return. Justin Fields' Jets debut. Mike Mancuso's got us from MetLife. What's up, Mike?
12 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Jets are on the move. They have the ball on Pittsburgh's 25-yard line. We are scoreless. Jets on their first play from scrimmage. Breece Hall ran for 18 yards off tackle. Justin Fields did have a quarterback sneak on a 3rd and 1 from Pittsburgh's 38. Right now, the Jets are looking at a 2nd and 1 on the 24-yard line. Off to a good start. The Steelers won the toss. They deferred, so that's why the Jets have the ball first. They are now inside the 20-yard line. No score. 11:42 remaining first quarter.
Thanks so much, Mike. A big action that we'll get to in a little bit in ATL. We'll get down there in just a few as we've got a big play there. But before we get to that, let's get to Brian Scheibel in Jacksonville. Brian, what's up?
Yeah, his Jags won the toss here and elected to receive, and did pick up their first down of the game when Trevor Lawrence had Brendan Strange, and then on a 4th and 1, they went for it early in their on their own end, and Diami Brown took a handoff, moved the sticks for Jacksonville, and just now Travis Hunter just caught his first pass as a Jacksonville Jaguar. So Jags right now on the 41-yard line of their own. They're looking at a 3rd and 10 here, no score in this one underway, 12 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Thank you so much, Brian. We'll check in with you later. And, that's very exciting. We got a couple of rookies, all the rookies getting in early. Genty, Warren. Now we get Travis Hunter, and we'll get you updated on that big play in Atlanta very soon. This is a big day for a lot of these young guys. Abdoing up on this Giants defense for the first time in active NFL action. Regular season game, meaningful game. So a lot to get to there. And, everything's kicking off. A lot of debuts, a lot of rookie debuts, new teams. And we a big, costly play here in the Commanders game as well on 3rd down. So we'll get an update with that as well. And we got everything is going right now. But let's go down to ATL. Let's go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Jeff Zell has got you. What's going on, Jeff? We'll get back to Jeff. A little bit of technical difficulty. The excitement must be palpitating there. And just to tell you, we'll get to him in a second, but Bijan Robinson, big play for the Falcons there. That's what was the update was, but we'll get to that. A big play in the New England game as well. A nice little stop there for the Colts, or for the Dolphins, I mean, but we'll get to all of this as it's all escalating very quickly. That little jawing back and forth here, too, in the Commanders-Giants game, as I believe that was a punt return. All the action is going right now. Everything seems to be firing off. Football's back, man. We've got big hits, big plays all around, and we'll get everything to you soon as well. Let's try again. Jeff, what's going on? Fill us in on the big play there in Atlanta.
Well, the Falcons hit the Buccaneers quickly. 3 plays, 65 yards, a 50-yard touchdown pass. Michael Penix to Bijan Robinson. He caught the ball about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage and ran the rest of the way. He also had a 10-yard catch. So the Falcons lead this one 7-0. We're just 1 minute into this game.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Very exciting. Big play. Let's go down to Landover, Maryland, and let's get a check-in from Chris Russell on the Giants and Commanders.
All right, 12:31 left here in the first quarter, just underway, nothing between the Giants and the Commanders in an NFC East battle. On the Commanders' first series of the game, Deebo Samuel with the kick return to get it started. Jaden Daniels completed his first pass of the year, a 4-yard toss to the left flat to Austin Eckler, who was the starting running back instead of and ahead of Bill or Jakari Krosky-Merritt, the 7th-round rookie that not only made the team, but also gets the activation today instead of veteran Chris Rodriguez. The drive fell short with the Zach Ertz false start, which made it 3rd and 10, and then a Zach Ertz drop on what could have been a first down if he would have caught it on the ensuing play. So the Commanders punted away, and as you mentioned, it was a little I guess a little skirmish, nothing too serious. Just friends getting together on a Sunday afternoon here in Landover. Nothing. 12:31 left to go in the first.
Thank you so much, Chris. Talk to you in a bit. Yeah, a little fracas, a little dust up. Never hurt anybody. So a lot going on there. Yeah, the big Zach Ertz 2-play sequence there that really hurt him. And it looks like Daniel Jones got jacked up. I think he's fine, but might even been helmet to helmet. But they settle, I believe, on that one. The Bengals taking the field. This offense looks to go out, moving quick. And let's go down to John Bozica now as he's got an update in the Bengals-Browns game.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Bengals now at the Browns' 13-yard line as they're on their opening drive of the game, and a handoff to Chase Brown, and he gets the ball down to the 5-yard line on a simple dive handoff. So Bengals looking good on this opening drive. Chase Brown's 6th carry of the drive, and they now have a 2nd and 1, more like 2nd down and 2 at the 5 of the Browns. So Bengals moving down the field here, 4 for 5 on the opening drive is Joe Burrow so far, and he's looked crisp. And, of course, as we knew, the Bengals played more of these guys in the preseason, giving them a chance to do that. The 2nd down play, again, give off to Chase Brown, makes a guy miss and goes into the end zone. So little 5-yard touchdown run for Chase Brown, and the Bengals are on the board. They go right down the field, drive that started in pretty good field position, and with 7:32 in the first quarter, it's 6-0 Bengals. So Bengals on their opening drive go down the field, guys, 6-0.
Thank you so much, John. We'll check in with you later. The Colts and Jets settle for field goals. As you heard, the Bengals are in the red zone, and right now they are the only team in the red zone as things are firing off quickly here. Just to give you a little update on the scores, Falcons 7-0, Colts 3-0, Raiders 7-0, and we'll get an update in that game in a bit. 3-0 Jets. Everything else is scoreless as we go, and a little bit of a development here in the Bengals game as well. John kicking us off there, and we'll hear from him in a little bit as now the Giants are, attacking with this new look offense, off to a little bit of a slow start, and that was a close one there for Russell Wilson and the G-Men. Mr. Unlimited. And we'll get an update soon in the Bengals game. Obviously, for the Raiders, we have a Geno Smith touchdown to Trey Tucker. We'll get a little bit of an update there as well. Everything else still scoreless as we bounce around. It looks like the Jaguars have just gotten into the red zone, so we'll get up an update there in a little bit as we bounce around as well. This Bengals offense, Falcons first one to get on the board, the first official touchdown of the year for Bijan Robinson and that team. I'm sure a lot of fantasy owners will be happy with that. Michael Penix getting a big touchdown there as he's 2 for 2, 61 yards and a touchdown. And both of those receptions going to Bijan Robinson as we go. And it looks like we got a flag on the play in the Commanders game. We'll see if that affects. I think it's on the Giants, who just punted. And it's a lot to look out for. Some of these storylines you want to look out for. The return of Aaron Rodgers to MetLife. Can the Jets kick off the Aaron Glenn era with a win? Obviously, Michael Penix. And that, what looks like right now, a potent Falcons offense. They kick it off. And we will obviously jump into those games all throughout the night. The Bengals and the Browns, obviously interdivision rivalry, a Bengals offense that looks to build off of what was a disappointing season where they started way too slow, and you hope that they change, and they hope that they change that for the start. And the Giants and Commanders, obviously in Maryland, and the Dolphins and Colts as the Dolphins get their first possession of the year offensively. So a lot to get to. Obviously, again, one more time, update you 7-0, Falcons 7-0, Bengals, Colts up 3-0 over the Dolphins, Raiders 7-0 over the Patriots. We got Cardinals and Cardinals-Saints, Giants-Commanders, Jaguars-Panthers, all scoreless. Jets up 3-0. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get all the NFL action on Gridiron Game Day on Infinity Sportsnet.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So, I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Power up fall projects with Ego at Lowe's. Every tool delivers power beyond belief. So whether it's leaves, limbs, or lawn cleanup, count on Ego to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. And now for a limited time, save up to $60 on select blowers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Shop Ego today at Lowe's. Offers valid through 10/1 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim! This is incredible!
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go! This time for real!
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship game.
And he's in for a touchdown!
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. And count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Ice. Energy. Energy. From Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast with a wave of tropical lime flavor, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends. Give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance.
Financial services.
Insurance.
Financial services.
Now when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide.
Is both.
Nationwide.
Is both.
For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder than you. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, that's right. The action is brewing. Everything is happening as we speak, and let's jump right back into it. Let's go down to New England, to our guy, Alan Siegel, as he updates us on all the action from Foxborough.
Well, Anthony, the Raiders had a very effective first down. In fact, their first play was a 23-yard completion to Brock Bowers from Geno Smith. Ashton Jenney had a 9-yard run during that, his first carry ever in the NFL, and it eventually ended with a 6-play, 66-yard drive and a 26-yard touchdown pass to Trey Tucker. That made it 7-0. Patriots went 3-out, and the Vegas Raiders are now marching again. And thanks to a completion a few moments ago to Jacoby Myers at 24 yards on a 2nd and 15, they are now at the Patriots' 40-yard line and driving again. So 6:45 to go here in the first quarter, and it's the Raiders 7, the Patriots nothing.
Exciting things happening there. Thank you, Alan. Also, the Cardinals are now in the red zone. We got a little action going on in Pittsburgh as well, as we'll update you there. But first, we go back to Indy, where our guy Andrew Smith gives us an update.
Yeah, it feels like Shane Steichen is a kid on Christmas morning getting a chance to play with his new toys right now. As right off the bat, new quarterback Daniel Jones on the first play went to Tyler Warren, the Colts' first-round draft pick, who is expected to solidify the tight end position. Well, Warren had 3 catches for 43 yards on the Colts' first drive of the game. Jones was 4 of 6 for 57 yards on that drive. However, it stalled at the 6-yard line and led to a Spencer Schrader field goal. And then on Miami's first possession, the Dolphins drove to the Colts' 40. However, that drive ended because Tua Tagovailoa overthrew his intended receiver on third down. Cam Bynum, a key acquisition for the Colts in the secondary, picked it off. The Colts now have the ball on their own 22-yard line facing third down, leading 3-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Thank you so much, Andrew. So a lot going on there, and he does sound like a kid in a candy shop right now. A big play happened at MetLife. Let's get to Mike Mancuso so he could give us the update there. Mike, what's up?
Well, the Steelers have now jumped out to a 7-3 lead after the Jets got a field goal on their first drive. Aaron Rodgers took the field, and he was booed, but then there were just as many fans waving Steelers gold towels cheering him. So it was half and half, or sort of. He was sacked on the first play of the game by Quinnen Williams for 4-yard loss, but then Rodgers proceeded to throw 5 times, completed 4 of them to 4 different receivers. They drove 71 yards, 10 plays. He rolled out and hit wide receiver Ben Soronik for the touchdown play for 15 yards. He also had a 23-yard catch and run to his new receiver, DK Metcalf. So right now the Steelers lead the Jets 7-3. The Jets have the ball near midfield with 2.5 remaining in the first quarter.
Thanks so much, Mike. A big play there as his return. And we get another big play in the Raiders-Patriots game. So we'll get an update there, too. Something, brewing there. A little update, unfortunate Giants game. Micah McFadden carted off the field. I don't have an update yet. It looked like a head injury, so we'll go from there, see what happened. Very unfortunate for a guy who's battled a lot of injuries. And the, Bucs took over in that game. The Browns are currently marching. No other team. I think the Commanders are in the red zone, so we'll get an update there. But first, let's go to our guy, Brian Scheibel, in Jacksonville with an update. What's up, Brian?
Panthers on their first drive here, out past midfield right now at the 49-yard line. There's 2nd and 10 they're looking at with about 3 minutes, 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Jags on the first drive put together a long but somewhat sloppy possession. 3 penalties for 32 yards on the drive, but they did come away with points. Big play was De'Ami Brown on a 4th and 1, taking the handoff and moving the sticks. Travis Hunter had 2 catches for 20 yards, and then a lot of activity at the tight end spot so far for Liam Cohen's offense in Jacksonville. Brenton Strange, 3 catches, 49 yards on the drive. Trevor Lawrence, 6 of 9 for 73, and ultimately the Jags settle for a Cam Little 35-yard field goal. So right now where we stand, Panthers looking at 3rd and 7 on the Jags' 46-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Jacksonville on top of Carolina, 3-0.
Well, thank you very much, Brian. A big turn of events here in the Washington versus the Giants versus Commanders game. Let's go down to our guy, Chris Russell, as he gives us an update.
All right, Anthony, the Commanders have just taken a 7-0 lead on a 7-yard slant quick pass touchdown from Jaden Daniels to Zach Ertz, which was a very good combination for the Commanders down the stretch last season, and they hook up here early in the first quarter with 7 minutes exactly to go in the first quarter in Landover. It was a 8-play, 89-yard, 4-minute and 2-second drive by the Commanders, including another run by Jaden Daniels. He's already got 3 for 20, and as well a big hookup with surprise game ad Chris Moore, a 34-yard catch, I should say, along the sideline to take the Commanders out to midfield. Noah Brown with an 18-yard catch on that drive, and then Ertz and Daniels finishing it off for the 7-yard score. Again, an 8-play, 89-yard drive. So the Commanders out to the 7-0 lead. By the way, Russell Wilson on his first drive, 3 and out for the Giants. This is his 200th career regular season start. He's got 350 career regular season touchdown passes, so he's looking to improve on that, but so far nothing cooking on the Giants' first drive. Their second drive about to begin.
Thank you so much, Chris. As we get an update there, it'd be good if I turn my mic on at these points. A little update for the fantasy guys out there. Bijan Robinson and Chase Brown leading the way for the day so far. Bijan Robinson has 15.7 in a standard PPR league, and Chase Brown is at 10.6. Trey Tucker, a little bit of a surprise. He was a late surge in pickups from him this year, and we got a little bit of action as now things are starting to pick up here at MetLife for the Jets, and we'll get Mike Mancuso back on the line to update that in a bit as this keeps going. A big, exciting week 1. The Browns now in the red zone as well, as they're looking to even up or get some points on the board against the Bengals and they're just a little bit out of it. So they're actually just outside of the red zone. And let's go to John Bozica right now to talk about that. John, what's going on?
Yeah, been an interesting first drive here for the Browns after the Bengals went right down the field. The Browns have been kind of dinking and dunking passes down the field. I don't believe that due to penalties, I don't believe Joe Flacco, he hasn't missed a pass yet. He's 5 for 5 for just 28 yards. But on the drive alone, there's been illegal contact on the Bengals defense and 2 pass interference calls plus a pass interference call on the Browns offense. So even though they're on the edge of the red zone with the ball at about the 25-yard line, it's been a very ugly drive to begin, and the Browns have tried some unique things. They just ran a play where they had a wildcat look to the rookie out of Bowling Green and Harold Fannin, actually a local boy here from Ohio, a Canton kid that played at McKinley in Canton, and kind of a nice homecoming day for him on first week of the season. But they ran a wildcat with him, with Kevin Stefanski calling plays, and gained a couple yards. Needless to say, though, the Browns are moving. They have the ball down at about the 20-yard line is where it's marked now, going right to left on the field. So 7-0 Bengals, start of the second quarter upcoming, and we'll let you know if something new happens here in this game, guys.
Thanks so much, John, as we get more updates as that goes along, too. Ironically enough, Bijan Robinson and Chase Brown I am facing in fantasy this week, so those are the breaks. We got a lot going on here as we look ahead. The Giants got the ball back. The Browns still threatening in the red zone. The Colts also in the red zone. That is about it for teams in the red zone. Little update, Jaguars-Panthers 3-3. Commanders up 7-0 over the Giants. Jets have it 9-7 as we try to get back out there, but Garrett Wilson catching a touchdown. He's up to 3 receptions, 49 yards. And that Panthers field goal had just happened for those wondering. Cardinals still up 3-0 to the Saints as the Saints have the ball. Patriots, after a big interception, they have the ball. Raiders are up 7-0 over them. Colts, like I said, in the red zone, up 3-0 over the Dolphins. And we have the Bengals trying to do something as they're in the red zone, down 7-0 to the Bengals. And the Falcons hold their 7-0 lead over the Buccaneers. We'll get back to all that. But first, let's get an update from our guy, Pete McCarthy.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
All right, Anthony, looking at some of the later games, 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey is good to go for this afternoon's game against the Seahawks. McCaffrey was listed as questionable with a calf issue after not practicing on Friday. He told reporters that he feels great. Also, in the later window, Micah Parsons will be limited, but reportedly will make his Packers debut in a clash with the two-time defending NFC North champion Detroit Lions. Number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward, makes his NFL debut with the Titans, taking on Bo Nix and the Broncos in Denver. The Texans are visiting the Rams. And tonight, a rematch of one of the better playoff games from last season as Lamar Jackson and the Ravens visit Josh Allen and the Bills. Allen edged out Jackson for the NFL MVP award last season. Football is clearly center stage on this opening Sunday, but the men's final at the U.S. Open is well worth a second screen. Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz are squaring off in the championship match for a third straight Grand Slam. In fact, one of the two has won each of the past 7 Grand Slams, 4 going to Sinner, 3 to Alcaraz, who already had 2 under his belt at that point. They'll be starting things up in Queens at the top of the hour in the U.S. Open men's final. Baseball, a couple of games in action. The Mariners off to a fast start against the Atlanta Braves. Julio Rodriguez with a bases-clearing double. Mariners have a 10-1 lead on the Braves. They're in the top of the 5th inning already in Atlanta. The Rays take a 1-0 lead on the Guardians. They're in the top of the 6th in Tampa. And a number of games about to start up. The Mets and Reds have a rubber game. Brandon Sproats making his major league debut for the Mets on the mound. The Dodgers in Baltimore again after being 1 out away from a no-hitter, only to lose the game to Baltimore in walk-off fashion. I'm Pete McCarthy.
Hey-o, this is Pat Boyle. Get all your sports talk here on the Infinity Sports Network. Always available on the free Odyssey app.
what's going on? This is Zach Gelb. Join me for the Zach Gelb Show, weekday afternoon starting at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on the Infinity Sports Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for.
You know, these guys, they can't, stick through a tough situation and persevere through adversity. Well, no, this kid just leveled up every place he went. He got new opportunities every place he went. He wasn't running from competition. He was going against better competition at every level. Incarnate Word, Washington State, and then we know Miami. And every place he went.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in, here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at uhc.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
You could keep daydreaming about McDonald's, or you could order McDelivery and be eating McDonald's. Some things are that easy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, delivery prices may be higher than at restaurants.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you, the gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Your home is a reflection of you. Who you choose to do your roofing, siding, windows, and doors matters. For 25 years, Henderson Roofing has served homeowners in Connecticut and Rhode Island. Founded and run by John Henderson himself. They pair quality materials with expert work. Just ask the thousands of homeowners who've given them 5-star reviews. Henderson Roofing, the partner you and your family can trust. Henderson-roofing.com for your free estimate. That's Henderson-roofing.com.
This morning you climbed into the cab to start your day. For truck drivers like you who step up, International built a truck that will step up too. The innovation of the International S13 integrated powertrain has been driven over 8 billion miles worldwide. Because being reliable is just part of the job. Learn more about the International S13 integrated powertrain at international.com.
At Okta, we know no business leader wakes up thinking, gee, I hope I can make some huge trade-offs today. That's why we offer identity security with less friction, more possibilities. Great security without the trade-offs? It's possible. It's Okta.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Join me, JR, weekdays starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific for the JR Sport Brief on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, let's jump right back into it as we've got a turn of events down in Foxborough. So let's not even talk about it. Let's get our guy, Alan Siegel, so he can tell us all about it. Alan, what is up?
Well, the Patriots jumped back into the offensive part of the game with their third drive of the day, and they got some things going as Drake May completed a 27-yard pass to Hunter Henry, then a 24-yard pass to Kayshon Boutte on a 2nd and 3 at the 15, a 10-yard pass to Austin Hooper. They got them to a goal situation. And then a few moments ago, Drake May, 3-yard touchdown pass to Pop Douglas. And the point after was good, so we are tied at 7-7 earlier for the Raiders. Geno Smith, a 26-yard touchdown pass to Trey Tucker. So 1 minute, 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and we are even at 7, Anthony.
Thank you so much. And let's get down to Cleveland as that game has a scoring change as well. Our guy, John Bozica, has the update for us. What's up, John?
Yeah, man, it's a good drive by the Browns, a long drive, but a good drive nonetheless. 9 minutes and 50 seconds off of the clock, a 16-play, 67-yard drive that culminated in a 1-yard touchdown run, ultimately by Raheem Sanders. Rocket Sanders takes it, and he's the rookie on the team, wearing number 35 out of South Carolina. So he carried it a couple times on that first drive, and again, wasn't the prettiest drive of football that maybe anyone has ever seen in Cleveland, but Joe Flacco was 6 for 6 for 40 yards. Sanders took it in from 1 yard, and hey, it doesn't matter how you do it. You don't get style points in the NFL.
That's
so
right.
16 plays and 67 yards, and we're tied at 7 with 12:36 here in the second quarter, and the Bengals back with the football.
And that game continues to be an exciting one, and they continue to go. Let's go back down to MetLife for an update on Steelers, Jets. Mike Mancuso's got you covered.
10-9, Steelers on top. They just get a 56-yard field goal from Chris Boswell to put them up by the point, 10-9. Now, the reason why we have the 1-point differential, the Jets scored a touchdown. It was a real great catch to Garrett Wilson from Justin Fields, who's actually 4 for 4 now in the game. It was a 33-yard pass, and new cornerback Darius Slay was the one that Garrett Wilson beat in the corner of the end zone. But the Jets missed the extra point. A penalty on the Steelers enabled the Jets to try again, and they elected to go for 2, but they were unsuccessful as Braylon Allen was stuffed at the line, so that's why the Jets were chasing that point. Steelers come back. Aaron Rodgers on this day so far, 6 of 8 for 98 yards. They get the field goal from Boswell. Jets now have the ball. They trail the Steelers 10-9.
Thanks so much, Mike. A lot is happening right now. Let's get down to Indianapolis, talk to our guy Andrew Smith so he could give us an update there. Andrew, what's up?
Well, Daniel Jones is having a really good start for the Colts as he's 10 of 12 for 150 yards. And the Colts defense has forced turnovers on Miami's first 2 possessions. It's the new guys. Cam Bynum had an interception. That led to a mammoth 14-play, 84-yard drive that ended in a 27-yard touchdown pass to Michael Pittman Jr. And then 2 plays later, Kenny Moore with a strip sack. Another new face, Xavier Howard, hopped on the loose ball. The Colts took over at the 42-yard line. 2 plays later, 2 completions from Daniel Jones to A.D. Mitchell, and Mo Alley Cox had the Colts in the red zone. The Colts now have just scored to take a 16-0 lead on a Daniel Jones quarterback sneak. With 12:01 to go in the second quarter, the Colts now leading the Miami Dolphins 16-0, pending the extra point.
That crazy amount of stuff going on. Action everywhere. We got another big play in the Jacksonville game as that continues to go on. But let's first get to New Orleans to hear from our guy Les East on the Cardinals and the Saints. Les, what is up?
After Chad Ryland kicked a 42-yard field goal to give the Cardinals a 3-0 lead after the first quarter, Saints drove 75 yards in 10 plays, using 5:43 to get to Alvin Kamara's 18-yard touchdown run, and they take a 7-3 lead with 14:20 left in the second quarter. Interesting note on that touchdown by Kamara, it is touchdown number 1,000 scored by the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome, which opened 50 years ago last month. They think it just kicked off to the Cardinals. New Orleans leading 7-3 with 14:06 left in the second quarter.
Thanks so much. Let you go there. A little noisy in the background, but that is a crazy turn of events, as Les was telling you. And we have a little bit of action here. Giants are on the precipice of scoring. Let's see what happens there. Let's get to our guy, Chris Russell in Maryland. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, just a 4th down and goal penalty by Dietrich Wise, one of the new additions to the Commanders' defensive line, which extends this drive for the Giants and gives them an automatic first down at the 1. So they are down 7-0, poised to score here as they were going for it again on the 4th down play. And Russell Wilson appeared stopped, but then the penalty, he just rolled to his left for an incompletion here on 1st and goal from the 1. So they'll have a 2nd and goal from the 1 coming up here in just a sec. Malik Neighbors with a 25-yard catch earlier on this drive against the left side of the Commanders' defense, away from Marshawn Lattimore, and that's been his biggest contribution so far. Russell Wilson, as we speak here, is just 7 of 11 for 53 yards. So a pretty decent start for Russ, again, in his 250th start in his NFL regular season career. The Commanders just stopped a run, again, from the 1-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1 here as the Giants try and punch it in and tie it at 7-7.
Thanks so much, Chris. A lot going on there. A lot of action there. I think it was a hands to the face penalty. Either way, giving this Giants team some life, and we'll see if that ends up biting the Commanders in the butt. But a lot going on. Colts, obviously, big game for them, up 17-0. Bengals and Browns tied 7-7. Falcons still lead 7-0 over the Bucs as the Bucs try to march down the field here with the ball. Patriots, Raiders, 7-7. Raiders have the ball. Cardinals in the red zone. Saints up 7-3 there. Steelers, Jets. Steelers are up 10-9 as the Jets have the ball right outside of the red zone. And obviously we had the update on the Commanders and the Giants. That's still 7-0. And we look at Panthers, Jaguars 3-3 as the Jaguars are in the red zone, and another incompletion from Russell Wilson. So we'll see what happens there as it is now 4th and goal for the Giants. As all these teams, a lot of teams right on the goal right now, a lot of teams pressing to put points up. As far as the fantasy leaders of the week, let's see if we get an update so far. Obviously, we'll leave out the guys from Thursday and Friday. Right now, Daniel Jones, 17.3. Garrett Wilson, 13.9. Bijan Robinson, 16.2. This is all in a standard PPR league. Michael Pittman Jr., 12.7. Chase Brown, 12.1. So those are some of the fantasy leaders. Alvin Kamara's up there. Justin Fields, Breece Hall, Trey Tucker. Ben, excuse me if I mispronounced this, Skowronek. I think I nailed that. If not, names are not always my best. I rely on my guys, Billy and Nico, for that normally. But a lot going on here as we update some of the scores and the position on the field. Cardinals in the red zone. Jets in the red zone. Dolphins in the opposite of the red zone, other side of the field. and we look at the Jaguars just outside of the red zone as some of those games keep going. Trevor Lawrence, 8 of 12, 74 yards. In that one, Jaden Daniels, 5 of 7, 71 yards for a touchdown. Rodgers started red hot, completed 4 of his first 5 passes. He's now up to 6 and 8, 98 yards and a touchdown. Let's go down to Jacksonville and get a little bit of an update there as the Jags look to be pressing for some points in a 3-3 game. Brian Scheibel's got everything for you.
Yeah, Jaguars on the move here, looking at a 2nd and 4 on the Panthers' 15-yard line. The way this all started was after the Jags had a 3-and-out. The tipped ball interception, Foya Luakin pulls it in for Jacksonville on the Bryce Young pass, setting them up just inside the 30-yard line. They've since moved the sticks before. And first couple of drives for these two teams, both very time-consuming 13-play drives that resulted in field goals for each team. So right now, after Travis Tim got just stuffed at the line, so Jags are going to have 3rd and 3 on the 14-yard line when 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The game tied at 3.
Thanks so much, Brian. And we get another touchdown in the Jets game. We'll get an update there as well. As all these games super close outside of that Colts-Dolphins game, and the Colts, the Dolphins look to be pushing down the field to try and, cut into that Colts lead. Is that 17-0? We have the Cardinals on the precipice as they're in the red zone. Steelers, Jets, we'll get an update there in a few as the Jets and Steelers battle back and forth in Rodgers' return to MetLife. The Giants end up coming up with only 3 points on that drive, nothing to go home about. And as we said, update in the Jaguars-Panthers game, it's 3-3 as they look to put some points on the board as we speak. And we get a little excitement here, Saints-Cardinals, and we'll get an update there in a bit, I'm sure. So a lot to look forward to. Kyler Murray, Alvin Kamara, all a part of the action today. Geno Smith, 6 of 11, 109 yards, 1 touchdown. Ashton Jeanty, 5 carries, 24 yards. Let's go out to Mike Mancuso to get an update on that Jets game. Mike, what's up?
10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Jets now lead 16-10. They just completed a 7-play, 68-yard drive. Braylon Allen going in from 8 yards out. On that possession, Justin Fields, a couple of design runs that got him some big yards. Also a 33-yard screen pass to Bryce Hall got them to deep into Steelers territory, set the Jets up pretty well. So right now the Steelers taking over. They have the ball on the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Aaron Rodgers bringing the guys out. 9:57 remaining in the first half. The Jets lead Pittsburgh 16-10.
Thanks so much, Mike. Let's go out to New Orleans as the Cardinals just got on the board. Let's talk to Les East about that.
Yeah, guys, it did not take the Cardinals long to answer the Saints touchdown. They go 65 yards in 7 plays. The drive got underway when Kyler Murray connected with Marvin Harrison Jr. for 45 yards pass completion, and then the drive ended with those two teaming up on a 1-yard touchdown pass. That gives Arizona a 10-7 lead over New Orleans. 10:05 left in the second quarter in the Super. That's it for now.
Thank you so much, Les. As he tells you there, we get a touchdown from Marvin Harrison Jr. Kyler Murray, 6 of 8, 73 yards and a touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 4 carries, 32 yards and a touchdown. And as you heard, Marvin Harrison Jr. scores. He's now up to 2 receptions, 46 yards and a touchdown. We have a little bit of action here in the Jaguars game. A lot going on. 3rd and 9 now for the Commanders as they are battling against the Giants, who just got on the board, and it's 7-3 in that game. A little over 13 minutes left in the second quarter, and we'll get updates on all these teams in the red zone right now. Nobody outside of Jacksonville, which that might have changed just now, has been in the red zone. So again, 7-3 Giants, 7-3 Commanders over the Giants, 16-10 Jets over Steelers, Cardinals 10-7 over the Saints, 7-7 in the Raiders-Patriots game. Still nothing for the Dolphins, 17-0 Colts over the Dolphins. Bengals and Browns tied up at 7, and the Falcons 7-3 over the Buccaneers. So right now, not looking good for my over 23.5 pick for the Bucs. Still a little bit of hope there on that Bengals over 47.5, but that does not look good either. A lot of action going on here as we get going. And then we look at, and I think the Commanders punted, so we will get an update a little later about how that ended up happening in that scenario.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
This is a 15-second test message. It's Sunday afternoon. Your closest location is Washington, D.C. You are using a desktop device. You have heard this message 6 or more times. End of message.
You could keep daydreaming about McDonald's, or you could order McDelivery and be eating McDonald's. Some things are that easy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, delivery prices may be higher than at restaurants.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Your home is a reflection of you. Who you choose to do your roofing, siding, windows, and doors matters. For 25 years, Henderson Roofing has served homeowners in Connecticut and Rhode Island. Founded and run by John Henderson himself. They pair quality materials with expert work. Just ask the thousands of homeowners who've given them 5-star reviews. Henderson Roofing. The partner you and your family can trust. Henderson-roofing.com for your free estimate. That's Henderson-roofing.com.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Oh, Downy in a real straight.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed. Here at the Zebra, research shows the average person would rather endure a root canal than search for auto and home insurance.
Just try to relax.
Okay.
Or be trapped in a car for 8 hours with toddlers on a sugar high. Or remove a nest of irate hornets. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving. I think I'll wait inside.
Summertime is flea and tick time, and those itchy pests are everywhere you look. Backyards, dog parks, hiking trails, you name it. But Chewy Pharmacy can help you keep your pet protected with ongoing flea and tick prevention meds. And remember, just one missed dose can put your pet at risk. So keep the protection going every month, all year long, and keep them safe everywhere they go. Shop now at chewy.com/flea and tick.
The Infinity Sports Network. Listen live 24/7 on SiriusXM 375. Featuring Bill Ryder, Maggie and Perloff, and more. Infinity Sports Network. 1019 FM HD2, New York.
An Odyssey station.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Back again. Another 6 hours of NFL action to go before we get back down to the field and check out all the action. A little update on the scores. We've got 17-0 Colts over Dolphins, 7-7 Raiders-Patriots, 10-10 Cardinals-Saints, 16-10 Jets over the Steelers, 7-3 Commanders over the Giants and the Jaguars, hold a 7-point lead, 10-3 over the Panthers. But let's get an update from Cleveland, and let's go to the land. John Bozika's got us covered. What's up, John?
You're right.
Yeah, Bengals and Browns had both swapped a pair of possessions where the Bengals, I believe, picked up like 1 first down and the Browns went 3 and out on theirs and had some opportunities to come up with some plays downfield. But now the Bengals on the move. They pick up a first down and they have a 1st and 10 now down to the Browns' 18-yard line. So they're in the red zone again. And Joe Burrow had a really nice pass on this drive. Second completion of the game to Jamar Chase. He's got 2 receptions for 26 yards. And the Bengals continued to kind of get different guys involved offensively as well. I'll stick with you for this next play and see what happens. Fade pattern going towards the end zone left side for Jamar Chase, and going to be a flag that's going to fly in. Looks like it's going to be on Greg Newsome, the Browns corner. So Bengals could be inside the 10-yard line now after this call. So we'll see. Should be a 1st and goal at the 5, I would imagine, coming up for the Bengals. So Bengals right on the cusp of scoring again, guys. They have a 1st and goal coming up at the 5 with 5:09 in the second quarter, tied at 7.
Well, thanks so much, John. We'll check in a bit and see what happens there. Justin Fields with a nice little completion over the middle there in that game. And I just saw the Jamar Chase play, obviously. Clearly would have been a touchdown if there wasn't a penalty. Let's get out to Atlanta. Let's get an update on the Bucs and the Falcons from our guy, Jeff Zell.
Okay, Anthony. Falcons on top 7-3, 7:15 remaining in the half. The Buccaneers had a really gutsy play on their last drive. They went 16 plays, 61 yards, 8 minutes and 7 seconds, but they settled for a 48-yard Chase McLaughlin field goal. But the big play of the game was on a 4th and 1 on their own 36-yard line. They go for it, and Baker Mayfield completes a 6-yard pass to Mike to keep the drive going. Eventually, they get the field goal to cut the Falcons' lead to 7-3. Meanwhile, the Falcons just went for it. 4th and 1 on Tampa's 47. Did not get it. Bijan Robinson got stuffed at the line. And now Tampa's traveling down, trying to score on Atlanta. They're on the Falcons' 30-yard line. So 2 big 4th and 1 plays. Right now, 7-3, Falcons lead it. 7 minutes to go in the first half.
Thanks so much, Jeff. A little update in that, and everyone's going for it in that game. It's like me playing NCAA 26. Everybody's going for it on 4th down. Little update, Jacksonville, Jags and Panthers is suspended due to rain. But let's jump to Foxborough to get an update on Raiders-Patriots. Alan Siegel's got you covered.
Anthony, the first drive of the Raiders of the game was very, very smooth, and it ended up with a 26-yard touchdown pass to Trey Tucker. But since that time, the Red Sox, I was going to say the Patriots defense have definitely stiffened. They have a couple of sacks. They have produced some opportunities for their offense. And on the third series, Drake May had a 3-yard pass to Pop Douglas, tied the score at 7. And then they had another drive where they got a couple of 14-yard passes from Drake May to Keyshawn Boutte, a 19-yard pass to Hunter Henry. And they got down to the 17-yard line, but the drive stalled. And rookie kicker Indy Borregales kicked it wide right from 40 yards. So that is where we stand. but the Patriots defense just produced a 3-and-out for Las Vegas, so the Patriots will take over here. We have 7:42 to go in the second quarter, and we are still tied at 7, Anthony.
Thanks so much. Let's get to Jeff as we've got another big play in that Falcons game. Let's go to Jeff for the Bucs and the Falcons update.
Anthony, as I was on the phone with you, just hung up a 30-yard touchdown pass, Baker Mayfield to Emeka Ibuke, who is now playing because, of course, Godwin and McMillan are out. 30-yard touchdown pass, 10 bucks on top. Baker Mayfield now 6 of 13, 75 yards. He will my for 106. A 30-yard touchdown pass on the.
Oh, I'm gonna put Jeff on hold and we'll get an update from him in a bit. The line's a little choppy there. Let's get out to the Commanders-Giants game from an update from Chris Russell.
All right, Anthony, it's 7-3 Commanders here in the second quarter, 8:53 left to go before halftime. The Commanders do have the ball and are driving, but just as we speak, Brian Burns has racked up his second sack already on this particular drive, coming in unabated on Jaden Daniels. He earlier had a similar sack, but from the right side. So, again, that's 2 sacks already on this drive for Brian Burns. That's a loss of 4. And that comes after the Commanders had a 19-yard gain and catch to Noah Brown, but that was wiped out by Noah Brown's being offsides on the formation. It was kind of a jet formation type, and they got him for offsides despite completing the pass for 19 yards. So the Commanders really hurting themselves here with another penalty, which is 4 on the day so far, and again, 2 sacks. And so they are, kind of hurting themselves. They're back at the 30-yard line, it looks like now. Terry McLaurin just with a catch a second ago. He had missed a bomb from Jaden Daniels, or actually it was overthrown, I should say, on a third down in the previous series. So that's Terry McLaurin's first catch, and, of course, drawing big cheers from the crowd. He is a fan favorite, as you can imagine. So the Commanders driving here, but, again, trying not to hurt themselves, facing a third down, up 7-3 with 7:31 left to go before halftime.
Thanks so much. And you could see that Giants pass rush, doing a little bit of a job against the Commanders, but Jaden Daniels doing a good job. Let's go out to Brian Scheibel so he can give us an update on that weather delay in Jacksonville. Here's Brian Scheibel to give us the update.
Yeah, you said it, 8:32 to go here in the second quarter, and it may stay that way for a while as we are in a weather delay, some thunderstorms. Activity is in the area, and so really no real word at this point when this game will resume. Things were going well for the Jags before the delay after getting an interception in Panthers territory, a big scramble on third down by Trevor Lawrence to keep the drive alive, and a pass to Travis Hunter to get down to the 6-yard line was copped off with a rollout 6-yard pass. Trevor Lawrence to Hunter Long, his first career touchdown. First catch as a Jaguar, first career since he's been in the league, with some stints with the Dolphins and the Rams, but that puts the Jags up 10-3. So that's where we stand. A lot of unknowns at this point, but 8:32 in the second quarter, 10-3 Jacksonville.
Thanks so much, Brian, and we'll get back out there once that game gets going. Let's go. Another big play in the Bengals-Browns game. Let's hear from our guy John Buzica on that.
Yeah, the Bengals had that first and goal from the 3 after the pass interference on Greg Newsome, the corner on the Browns, and then just 2 plays later, actually 3 plays later, I beg your pardon, it was a touchdown pass. First-year tight end. Now he had been with the Broncos and the Seahawks before, but Noah Fant, first year with the Cincinnati Bengals, he's caught 2 balls, and he caught a 1-yard touchdown pass from Joe Burrow, who has his first touchdown pass of the year as well. So it is 14-7 as the Browns take over, and they have a 1st and 10 on their own 22, and Joe Flacco throws an incompletion. But nonetheless, 14-7. The Browns trail the Bengals 4:07 here in the second quarter. It was a 1-yard touchdown pass from Joe Burrow to Noah Fant, an 8-play, 54-yard drive, and it's 14-7 Bengals.
Thank you for the update there. Let's get out to Indy as that game continues to be an onslaught by the Colts. Here's Andrew Smith from Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, the Colts leading the Miami Dolphins 17-0 with 3:46 to go in the second quarter, and it has been all Indy. The Colts defense has forced turnovers on Miami's first two possessions and have held the Dolphins to just 43 total yards in this game. The Dolphins finally got a defensive stop earlier on this possession, but a running into the punter penalty gave the Colts a first down, and then moments ago, Daniel Jones hit Michael Pittman Jr. for a third down completion of 14 yards to midfield. So the Colts have moved the ball into Miami territory. Jones, 15 of 20 for 183 yards in his first start. The Colts with over 220 yards of total offense in the first half, leading Miami 17-0 in the late stages of the second quarter.
Thank you, Andrew, for that. Let's get out to MetLife as Rodgers and Justin Fields are dueling. Here's Mike Mancuso with an update from MetLife in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
And Anthony, it's been a pretty entertaining offensive game, I got to tell you. We are at the 2-minute warning. Jets lead 19-10. Steelers currently moving. They have the ball on the Jets' 28-yard line. Rodgers just hitting Calvin Austin for a 30-yard catch and run to get down to the Jets' 35, and now they're down to the Jets' 28-yard line. Justin Fields has had a good debut for the Jets. He is 8 of 9 for 126 yards, including a 33-yard touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson. Fields has also rushed for 30 yards. Breece Hall has rushed for 49 yards. So the Jets advertised as a running team, and that's what they've done so far against Pittsburgh, despite T.J. Watt's best efforts to try to disrupt as much as possible. The Jets have still been able to be efficient offensively, and they've not hurt themselves with penalties and misguided plays, and that's something that Aaron Glenn had hoped to clean up. And so far, after one half of football, it looks like they have. Aaron Rodgers currently is 8 of 11 for 132 yards. DK Metcalf has 2 catches for 54 yards. 2-minute warning. Jets lead 19-10, but the Steelers have the ball on the Jets' 28-yard line.
Thank you for that, Mike. Let's get back to Landover, Maryland, as we've got another big update from our guy, Chris Russell. What's up, Chris?
All right, Anthony, you might remember, this was a long time ago, the Marvelettes had a song, Don't Mess with Bill.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, and it was a great song, right? And Bill, a.k.a. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, the rookie, in his first NFL regular season game with a 6-yard touchdown off the right edge, expanded it out, and ran it in after a 6-yard gain to set it up to get the Commanders back inside the 10-yard line. So Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, with, again, his first touchdown from 6 yards out, capping an 8-play, 58-yard drive, 5 minutes and 26 seconds, I should say. That was quite honestly sloppy on both sides. Penalties since our last report on Javon Holland that extended to Jaden Daniels, 11-yard scramble. Daniels, by the way, now 7 of 11 for 100 even passing yards. Throw in 4 carries for 31 yards and a long of 11. So he's accounted for 131 of the Washington Commanders' 164 total net yards. So the Commanders take the 14-3 lead over the Giants. The Giants did wind up settling for a field goal earlier from Graham Gano from 21 yards out after they chose not to go for it on 4th down. Nothing really cooking all that much for the Giants offense. Malik Neighbors has been kind of slow to get on track in this game. He does have 4 targets, 2 catches for 23 yards, but 1 came on 25 and 1 was a 3-yard loss. So nothing much going for the Giants on offense, who take over possession right now, down 14-3, 6:14 left to go before halftime.
Thank you so much, Chris. As we update some of the scores, I didn't give you an update earlier as we had a little bit of a rough signal there from Jeff Zell. Mayfield Ibuka, that was the touchdown. Cardinals, just after the 2-minute warning, are in the red zone. They're threatening. Colts are threatening against the Dolphins. Falcons looking to march downfield in that one. We'll get a little bit of an update there. Steelers have the ball, and that just hit the 2-minute warning. They're down 19-10 against the Jets. Like we said, Commanders 14-3 as the Giants got the ball back now. Jaguars in a delay with a little over. I actually got to get an update on the time there, but it's 10-3 Jags in that delay. Raiders-Patriots is tied right now with the Patriots in the red zone. So we'll get an update once that drive finishes, whether they score or stall. Daniel Jones having a huge day, 17 of 22, 197 yards and a touchdown in this first half. Michael Pittman Jr., 4 receptions, 60 yards and a touchdown. Drake May, as they are battling in the red zone against the Raiders. Drake May for the Patriots, 13 of 19, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. Travion Henderson, 5 carries, 27 yards. So we'll continue to go there. In the Bengals-Browns game, Joe Flacco, 9 of 13, 85 yards. Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 26 yards, 12 carries, 43 yards, and a touchdown for Chase Brown. As you heard, the rookie for the Commanders just scored as well. So a lot going on, a lot of action early. We got you. Stay tuned, stay put. We'll continue all the NFL Week 1 action on Gridiron Game Day with your boy. I'm Anthony Gallo. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll update you on everything. We'll get you the updated fantasy leaders for the day, and we'll check in on my picks earlier from today. We'll be back. Anthony Gallo, Gridiron Game Day.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Something big has been spotted in Rhode Island. The $5 Jaws instant ticket from the Rhode Island Lottery. You could win up to $50,000 instantly, or enter the Jaws second chance for cash prizes and Jaws merchandise. Enter at rilot.com or on the lottery's mobile app. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Jaws is copyrighted by Universal City Studios, LLC.
Finally, a flight that's actually nice. Book Breeze Airways for nonstop service from Rhode Island TF Green International Airport to Savannah, Myrtle Beach, Greenville, Spartanburg, and more. Breeze makes travel easy with nonstop flights to desirable destinations and flexible, friendly change policies. Relax on board with high-speed Wi-Fi, delicious snacks, and a premium first-class seat in Breeze Ascent. Plan your trip today at flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways, seriously nice, in partnership with Rhode Island TF Green International Airport.
When evaluating potential hires for your small business, it's essential to look beyond resumes. Sure, a candidate may appear impressive on paper, but understanding the person is crucial. LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network, provides a complete view of your candidate's skills, experiences, and interests. With LinkedIn's up-to-date data, you can be confident that you really know who you're hiring. Post your free job at linkedin.com/skill. That's linkedin.com/skill. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? you've got other sites for that. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Something big has been spotted in Rhode Island. The $5 Jaws instant ticket from the Rhode Island Lottery. You could win up to $50,000 instantly, or enter the Jaws second chance for cash prizes and Jaws merchandise. Enter at rilot.com or on the lottery's mobile app. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Jaws is copyrighted by Universal City Studios, LLC.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate. With the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever, you can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025, compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim! This is incredible!
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go! This time for real!
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Do you want opinionated sports talk with the biggest guests on the radio? Of course you do. So check out the Zach Gelb Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Okay, we're back into it. Before we get back to the phones, another field goal here for the Colts. Let's get out to New Orleans as we had during the break a little turn of events, some big play to talk about. Les East has got you covered from New Orleans.
Thanks, Anthony. Since the last time I talked to you, Blake Bluthey kicked a 36-yard field goal to pull the Saints even at 10, but then Kyler Murray took the Cardinals on another scoring drive and threw a 4-yard touchdown pass to James Conner to give the Cardinals a 17-10 lead. They've just kicked off to the Saints, but there are only 23 seconds left in the first half. Cardinals leading the Saints 17-10.
Thank you so much, Les. As we update you from New England, Alan Siegel's got you covered from Foxborough. Alan, what is up?
Well, Anthony, last time I told you about the fact that rookie kicker Andy Dallas had missed his first ever attempt at a 40-yard field goal in the NFL. Well, he just made up for it. 35-yard field goal was good this time around, giving the Patriots a 10-7 lead. And the Patriots defense has really done well since the first drive of the game by the Raiders. They just produced their third sack of the game, second by Harold Landry. And the Raiders 3-and-out for the second straight time here in this game. So with 1:36 to go, Patriots lead at 10-7. They have a chance at a double dip here because the Patriots will get the ball to start the second half. So that is where we stand, 10-7 Patriots, 1:36 to go here in the second inning.
Thank you so much. Let's get out to Indy to get an update from Andrew Smith in that Dolphins Colts game. As I just said, here is Andrew from Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, the Colts have taken a 20-0 halftime lead over the Miami Dolphins, and it has been all Colts. 4 possessions, 4 scores for Indy. The most recent, a 35-yard field goal by Spencer Schrader on the final play of the first half. That capped a 17-play, 6-minute drive that was kept alive by a running into the punter penalty after the Dolphins had originally forced a 3-and-out, and then the Colts just methodically drove downfield. That is their second scoring drive of 14-plus plays in this game. The Colts have had the ball for more than 21 minutes. Daniel Jones, 197 yards passing, a really good debut for Indy, 17-22. The Colts with over 230 yards of total offense to Miami's 43. And the Colts defense has forced 2 turnovers so far, an interception by Cam Bynum and a fumble recovery on a strip sack by Xavier Howard. So a dominant first half for the Colts as they look for their first win in a season opener since 2013, leading 20-0 at the half.
Thank you very much, Andrew. As Daniel Jones is killing it. And on the opposite side of the field, Tua is not, as he is -2 in most leagues on the day in fantasy. As far as the Jets-Colts in the break, I forgot to update us as we went to break. Jets-Colts, Jonnu Smith with a big touchdown, as that is 19-17 as they're looking to go to halftime. But let's get out to Maryland to get an update on Giants Commanders from our guy Chris Russell. What's up, Chris?
All right, Anthony, under 2 minutes left to go here before halftime, and the Commanders lead at 14-3. They also have the ball back now after a third down and long sack by Deron Payne. The Commanders of Russell Wilson earlier in this first half. Zach Ertz with a 7-yard touchdown catch on a slant from Jaden Daniels. That's his 9th touchdown in a year plus now with Washington, including the playoffs. And then Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, or as he wants to be known as, Bill, with his first NFL touchdown in his first NFL regular season game, the 7th-round pick who only played 1 game last year for Arizona but practiced throughout the year to stay sharp. Again, was a 7th-round pick, won a job forcing the trade of Brian Robinson. He gets the action today over Chris Rodriguez, and he immediately pays dividends with a 6-yard touchdown run off the right side. So, again, the Commanders have the ball now. Penalties and drops have been a little bit of a problem for Washington, so that's kind of somewhat keeping this game in check. But the Giants have to wake up a little bit, certainly on offense, as they trail 14-3. A minute and 29 seconds left to go before halftime here in Landover.
Thank you so much, Chris, and we'll continue to monitor that as all of these games, the first halves wind down. Jets, it's the second quarter, 9 seconds left. Obviously, I don't know why I had to say that. They are about to probably end that as it's a 3rd and long, and we'll get an update from Mike Mancuso on how we got into that situation. As he said, we get another penalty in the Giants-Commanders game as it looks like a hold of Abdul Carter, so it looks like they will have a longer second down as there's a minute 29 to go in that game. We're still on the delay in Jacksonville. As far as the Saints and the Cardinals are at halftime, Patriots, Raiders, 47 seconds left in the half there. Patriots have the ball. Colts, Dolphins, that game is in at halftime, 20-0 there. 14-10, Bengals, Browns, as that game is also in halftime. Bucks, 20, there's 20 seconds left in that game before it goes to halftime. Bucks 10, Falcons 10. So we'll see what happens there. So really the games to watch right now, just the Giants game and the Patriots-Raiders game as everything else winds down. The second straight play in a row that the Jets and Steelers get into it. It looks like Garrett Wilson and I think it's Jalen Ramsey. I have to see. I didn't see which corner that is. They got into it as that game went to halftime. And I mean, it's been a tough day for him as, you know, Garrett Wilson has had his way with that Steelers defense. So a big testy game going on there as it is 19-17 as they are officially into halftime. 3rd and 11 for the Commanders. It's 14-3. A minute 13 left there in the second quarter as we monitor that one. So a lot going on. We will get an update on the Jaguars-Panthers situation as soon as our guy Scheibel has one down in Jacksonville. 39 seconds left. Raiders have the ball in the half. 10-7 Patriots. We'll see what happens there as they are back on their own 26. And that Jaguars, I just got the time right now as they're showing it on the screen. The Jaguars Panthers game is 8:30 and some change left in that quarter. So whenever they kick it back off, we will get an update there. It's been most shocking thing so far today has been the scoring output in that Jets-Steelers game where I had to double check what the number was. I thought the number was 37.5 for the total. They are going to blow by that unless they completely, shut down, which both of those offenses could do. As Rodgers has looked good and Justin Fields has looked great in that game. I'll get you the official. Rodgers, 11 of 14, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked twice for 8 yards. Justin Fields, 9 of 11, 134 yards, 1 touchdown. He has not been sacked yet. On the run game, the Steelers haven't been able to get the running game going. 4 carries, 9 yards for Jalen Warren. Kenneth Gainwell, 6 carries for 13 yards. On the other side of the field, the Jets are running the ball very well. 9 carries, 49 yards. 6 carries, 30 yards for Justin Fields. Obviously, Braylon Allen scored their 1 touchdown, and they threw another one, Fields, to Garrett Wilson. There's been 2 fumbles by the Steelers in that one, so we'll get an update as that game goes along. As far as the other games, let's get you a little stat update here from the Bucs and the Falcons. Baker Mayfield, 7 of 15, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. Penix, 12 of 19, 140 yards and a touchdown. Bijan Robinson hasn't done really anything on the ground. 5 carries, 5 yards, but he does have 4 receptions for 71 yards. And for that Bucs backfield, Bucky Irving, 8 carries, 25 yards. Emeka Ibuka, 42 yards and a touchdown. Let's go out there and get an update from the man himself, Jeff Zell, down in ATL. What's up, Jeff?
Well, Anthony, it's halftime. Bucs Falcons tied at 10. Atlanta with a 13-play, 48-yard drive. Took 6 minutes. Ended up with a 41-yard Younghoe Koo field goal. However, they did convert on a 4th and 1 from the Tampa 27 by giving the ball to Tyler Algier. Now, Michael Penix, 12 of 18, 140 yards. Here's the interesting thing. Bijan Robinson has been thrown to 5 times. He has 4 catches for 71 yards, including a 50-yard touchdown catch. But he only has 4 rushes for 6 yards, while Tyler Algier has gotten 6 carries. Baker Mayfield, 7 of 15, 77 yards. Emeka Ibuka, 3 catches, 42 yards, including a 30-yard touchdown catch. 10-10 at the half.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Very interesting the way that rushing output is going. We're still waiting for 2 more games to go to half. Raiders-Patriots. Raiders are at the 50 with 16 seconds left to go in that one. Giants have 1 more timeout left. They're in the 23-second mark. It's 2nd and 10, so we'll see where that one's going. And we'll give you an update as soon as those go to halftime. Some other big-name players. Jaden Daniels, 11 of 17, 52 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 carries, 31 yards. Deebo Samuel in his Commanders debut, 4 receptions, 54 yards. A lot of big-time players. Kyler Murray, 12 of 16, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns for the Cardinals, along with his teammate Marvin Harrison, 3 receptions, 57 yards. And the Commanders looking to get a playoff here, and we'll get an update from Russell once we can to see if they get some points on the board, and then that one should be in halftime. Marvin Harrison Jr., 3 receptions, 57 yards. The Raiders, I think, are just getting in the field goal range, so we'll see what happens there, and we could get an update from our guy, Alan Siegel, when that takes place. In that game, Drake May, 14 of 20, 150 with a touchdown. The most shocking, player of the day, a guy that Giant fans came accustomed to, a guy we didn't think was going to start in Indianapolis, and he wins the job out in camp from Anthony Richardson. A lot of criticism on that pick, and he goes 17 of 22, 197 yards, 1 touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 15 carries, 52 yards. Michael Pittman Jr., 4 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown. They currently are up 20-0, and that puts them in a situation where we look at Daniel Jones balling and Tua not. We will take a break. We'll come back. We'll update all the games as they are in the break at half, and we'll get to all that. Anthony Gallo, Gridiron Game Day. But first, here's Pete McCarthy with an update.
Infinity Sports Network Sports Flash.
All right, Anthony. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. All right, some halftime scores for you. Justin Fields with a hot start for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers has thrown 2 touchdowns for the Steelers. Jets leading 19-17 at the break. Jaden Daniels picking up where he left off last year. As the Commanders up on the Giants 14-3. Buccaneers and Falcons tied at 10. That's at halftime as well. Also at halftime in Cleveland, Bengals up on the Browns 14-10. Chase Brown has a rushing touchdown. Daniel Jones, nearly 200 yards passing in the first half for the Colts. They're up 20-0 on the Dolphins. It's the Patriots 10, Raiders 7 at the break. Cardinals 17, Saints 10. Kyler Murray with a couple of passing touchdowns. And still a rain delay in Jacksonville as the Jaguars are taking on the Panthers. 10-3 Jaguars on top. Travis Hunter has himself 4 catches for 22 yards thus far in the game. Christian McCaffrey will reportedly be in the backfield for the 49ers when they kick off their season against the Seahawks later this afternoon. McCaffrey was questionable on the injury report after missing practice on Friday with a calf issue. Another intriguing divisional clash comes at Lambeau as the Packers host the two-time defending NFC North champion Lions. Micah Parsons will reportedly suit up for the Packers, though his snap count will be limited by his bulky back. Matthew Stafford will be out there for the Rams after missing most of the summer with his own back issues. The Rams open up against the Texans. Cam Ward makes his NFL debut for the Titans in Denver. Tonight, reigning MVP award winner Josh Allen and the Bills take on last year's runner-up for the MVP, Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens. The U.S. Open men's final should be starting momentarily. For the third straight Grand Slam, it comes down to Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. Alcaraz beat Sinner at the French Open, while Sinner defeated Alcaraz at Wimbledon. And the latest college football rankings are out. The AP putting Oregon back in the top 5. South Florida is ranked for the first time in 7 years. I'm Pete McCarthy.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder with you, at least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Something big has been spotted in Rhode Island. The $5 Jaws instant ticket from the Rhode Island Lottery. You could win up to $50,000 instantly, or enter the Jaws second chance for cash prizes and Jaws merchandise. Enter at rilot.com or on the lottery's mobile app. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Jaws is copyrighted by Universal City Studios, LLC.
Finally, a flight that's actually nice. Book Breeze Airways for nonstop service from Rhode Island TF Green International Airport to Savannah, Myrtle Beach, Greenville, Spartanburg, and more. Breeze makes travel easy with nonstop flights to desirable destinations and flexible, friendly change policies. Relax on board with high-speed Wi-Fi, delicious snacks, and a premium first-class seat in Breeze Ascent. Plan your trip today at flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways, seriously nice, in partnership with Rhode Island TF Green International Airport.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim. This is incredible.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go. This time for real.
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, starting with a classic Week 1 NFC North rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Summer's all about fun in the sun. So before you hit the roads to your favorite destination, get your vehicle checked and prepped right at home with complimentary Ford mobile service. Ford expert technicians can perform a lot of the same services right in your driveway that they do in the dealership. Like an oil change with the works package, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and more. So whether you're grilling in the backyard or soaking up some rays, keep enjoying your summer with Ford mobile service. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Raise the runners. Raise the sails. Raise the sails.
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Zach Gelb. I'm hanging with you weekday afternoon starting at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, that's right. And that is I, Anthony Gallo, and this is Gridiron Game Day on Infinity Sports Network. If you're tuning in on any of the MGM networks, welcome. We'll get back to the fields in a little bit. A little update on Christian McCaffrey. Adam Schefter has put the tweet out. He is officially active. For those of you out there sitting on the edge of your seats, I may or may not be one of those people. And another massive moment in this Colts-Dolphins game. But first, let's get to the Raiders and Patriots for an update there. Our guy Alan Siegel's got you covered.
Anthony, we are at halftime, and the Patriots have themselves a 10-7 lead. And taking a look at the stats, the total yardage is 199 for the Patriots, 155 for the Raiders, but only 89 of that came after the first drive of the game, in which they went 6 plays and 66 yards and ended up with a Geno Smith 26-yard touchdown pass to Trey Tucker. The Patriots did not do anything in their first series, but since then, they have done pretty well. Drake May, a 3-yard touchdown pass to Pop Douglas, made it 7-7. And Andy Borregales, a 35-yard field goal, made it 10-7. Drake May, 14 of 20, 150 yards and a touchdown. Geno Smith, 11 of 19, 140 yards, a touchdown and a pick. So the Patriots will have the ball to start the third quarter here when we get going. But at halftime, it's the Patriots 10, the Raiders 7, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Alan. Let's get out to, as I said, there was a big play in that Colts game. Let's get to Andrew Smith so he can give you the update on that. Andrew, what's going on?
Well, the Colts jumped out to a 20-0 halftime lead, and Miami, I think, felt like they needed to get something going on the first drive of the second half, but Tua Tagovailoa, after a few completions, ended up throwing an interception to the defensive lineman, Leatu Latu. Picks off a pass on third down, runs it back to the 42-yard line of the Colts. So Indy will start its first possession of the second half on its own 42, leading 20-0. Tua now with 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble on a strip sack. And the first 2 have led to Colts scores. And we'll see if the Colts can extend this 20-0 lead, as Daniel Jones has had a really solid day so far, 197 yards passing on 17 of 22. Michael Pittman Jr. and Tyler Warren have been his favorite 2 targets so far. So the Colts leading 20-0 with 11:19 to go in the third quarter with the football.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Let's get out to Cleveland as the Bengals and Browns are brawling. Well, not literally, figuratively brawling. And we got the Browns. You probably watched by saying that, but the Browns are marching down the field. Let's get to our guy, John Bozica, to give us the update.
Yeah, Anthony, I hope they're not brawling like they are. They are locked in a nice duel right now. Browns are on the move. Joe Flacco starts this half looking good on this drive, and he's the first quarterback in the game to eclipse the 100-yard mark, 14 for 20 for 136 yards. Joe Burrow outdueling him so far in the Battle of the Joes because he has 11 of 14 for 88 yards and the touchdown to Noah Fant. But after a delay game on the Browns, they have a 2nd and 15 now at the Bengal 35. So they're trying to move down the field and trying to score on this opening drive, trailing 14-10. And as I said, Joe Flacco has looked good on this drive, connecting with Harold Fannin and David Njoku, and he just connected with his rookie running back, Dylan Sampson, out of Tennessee for a nice gain of 14 yards. So going to have a 3rd and 1 coming up at the Bengal 21, but Flacco, the 40-plus-year-old quarterback, continues to turn back the clock when he puts on a Browns uniform and look good. So Browns with a 3rd and 1 at the Bengal 21, trailing 14-10, 9:40 in the third quarter.
Thank you so much, John. As he said, Joe Flacco continues to play. One of the most consistent things in my life over the last 15 years is Joe Flacco. Let's get out to Washington for an update on Giants Commanders as they are in halftime. Here's our guy, Chris Russell.
All right, Anthony, it's 14-3 at the half. The Commanders lead as the two teams get back onto the field here to start the third quarter. Now sunny Landover, Maryland. We told you the rain wouldn't be an issue as it was most of the morning, and it is not. It's been sunny for a while, so the field in good shape. Again, 14-3 Commanders as they start the second half here, but they did blow some points or some potential points at the end of the first half. Jaden Daniels, with no timeouts left on the clock, scrambled on a high snap for a 9-yard gain up the middle into the Giants' 5-yard line. But again, no timeout, so he had to quickly snap the ball and took an intentional grounding as he threw a pass to absolutely nobody in the corner of the end zone. So they called him for intentional grounding, and they even announced that they had to consult whether the Giants wanted the 10-second runoff. What do you think they wanted? They took the 10-second runoff, and the half ended, and the Commanders didn't get to kick the field goal, which they technically still had a couple of seconds to do. So they were denied points there, but pretty much on their own doing, or misdoing, I should say, in this particular case. And as we begin the second half here, again, they lead 14-3 over the New York Giants, who they swept last year, looking for a third regular season win in a row against Big Blue.
Thank you so much as we get another update from MetLife, that game into the third quarter. Let's go out to our guy, Mike Mancuso, with all the happenings in New Jersey. What's up, Mike?
Except the Jets taking over 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. They just forced Pittsburgh into a 3-and-out. Jets defensively playing very well today. Oh, the Steelers almost just had an interception. Justin Fields was rolling out. He was hit as he released it. He fired one up toward the defensive backfield, and it was juggled by Benton and dropped. It would have been an interception at the 25-yard line. Just some numbers, though, in this one. Aaron Rodgers, 11 of 15 for 159 yards, but the Steelers have rushed for only 31 yards in this game. The Jets, while have 106 yards rushing, Justin Fields has played well. He's got that 33-yard touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson. He's 9 of 12 for 134 yards. But right now, with 13 minutes remaining in the third quarter, it's the Jets leading the Steelers 19-17.
Thank you so much, Mike. Big update there. That one, again, continues to be a dogfight. And it looks like, again, the Colts are in the red zone, and they are threatening. We look at the Browns also in the red zone. We've got, I think those, and the I keep going back to the Jaguar game and getting thrown off because it's still stuck in a delay. We'll get an update there at some point on that one as well. And it continues to be an exciting day of football. Let's give an updated fantasy leaders. Just to put it into perspective, the day that Daniel Jones is having, he is 5th on the fantasy board right now, and that is with the 4 guys ahead of him, all being guys who previously played this week: Herbert, Mahomes, Johnston, and Jalen Hurts, as Daniel Jones is now up to 20.98 in a standard PPR league, and they are threatening to score. Some other notables: Garrett Wilson at 17.8, Bijan Robinson 7.7, Michael Pittman Jr. 17.7, Marvin Harrison Jr. 17.5. Marvin Harrison Jr. 14.7, Kyler Murray 14.7, and away we go. Aaron Rodgers is up there, Jaden Daniels is up there. A lot of guys, a lot of points, and let's see if we have any of the top defense. So far, the Colts are at 19 since they have the shutout. Patriots 11, and the top flex options after the guys who already listed tight end wise, still Travis Kelce, and Tyler Warren sits at 12.4, just as a little run around there. We'll get an update and another little skirmish in this Jets-Steelers game as they are getting chippy, and this game continues to be, and this is, a new era. Mike Tomlin's teams are tough, and the Aaron Glenn era, it seems that he wanted to set a standard and a culture there, so they are doing that. Let's get out to someone who's very familiar with Mike Tomlin, but this Browns-Bengals game that has been a dogfight, we got another big play there. Let's go out to John Bozica to give us an update. John, what's up?
Anthony, I like that. You said it. Anthony, I like that. You said it's a dogfight. That's well done. Dog Pound is happy at the time being a 5-yard touchdown pass from Joe Flacco to Cedric Tillman, and the Browns respond with a 13-play, 69-yard drive. Their second drive today of 7 minutes or more that's responded with a touchdown at the end. So they've had a couple of long drives. Both their touchdown drives have been 13-play plus 60-plus yard drives. A 16-play, 67-yard drive early in the game that ended with a 1-yard run, and that 5-yard touchdown pass there to Cedric Tillman. And the story of the game so far, not just Joe Flacco looking good, but also Dylan Sampson, the rookie out of Tennessee. Really nice game. 7 carries, 13 yards. Not great on the ground. Browns have 17 carries as a team for 28 yards and a score, but Dylan Sampson through the air, he's the leading receiver. He and the rookie Harold Fannin are combining at this point for 10 catches for 88 yards. So a pair of rookies, but it's Cedric Tillman, I believe the third-year man at wide receiver out of Auburn, who makes the touchdown catch there. That's the key play on that drive and allows the Browns to take the lead. It's actually out of Tennessee. I said he was out of Auburn, but he's out of Tennessee. But either way, 7:20 in the third quarter, Browns with the lead, 16-14 behind Joe Flacco, and he seems ageless here in Cleveland, Anthony.
Thank you so much for the update, John, and I appreciate the compliment. Was not intentional, so I'm not going to act like it was, but very intriguing from a running back room. Obviously, Judkins just getting signed, so he was not active today, potentially suspended as well. So Sampson is going to have a lot of room to grow there in Cleveland, and it's just another big day for them as we look around. The Bucks are lining up for a field goal right now. I think they're a 44-yard attempt as they are a little over 11 and a half minutes to go in that one. And the kick is up. It is wide left. Todd Bowles looks annoyed about something, so we'll get an update there. That is a big miss. Also, not helping my Bucks over 23.5 pick earlier in the day. Just to remind you guys, I had Bengals and Browns over 47.5. Bucks on an alternate line over 23.5. Kyler Murray anytime Teddy. Josh Jacobs under 74.5 rushing yards, and Bo Nix over 217.5 passing yards. Not looking great for any of those, if I'm honest. So we'll keep an update as those go. We've got football for you all day as this hour winds down, but don't worry, we got 5 more hours of touchdowns, interceptions, sacks, fumbles, big hits, penalty flags, a lot of penalty flags. We'll definitely see that. Maybe, a couple more scuffles as this Jets and Steelers game seems to be boiling over. And another big missed opportunity there as the Saints drop a pass, and they're on third down. So we'll get to all that. This is Gridiron Game Day on Infinity Sportsnet. Obviously, you can follow us on the YouTube page as well. If you're on the BetMGM YouTube, welcome as well. We'll get to all of that. We'll come back. We'll keep this ride going. Anthony Gallo, Infinity Sportsnet, Gridiron Game Day.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Fiscally responsible? Financial genius? Monetary magicians? These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds, because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it. So your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Here we go.
Count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
This is incredible.
Watch your local NFL game live all season long.
And he's in for a touchdown.
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast with a wave of tropical lime flavor, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Heather is a nurse practitioner from United Healthcare.
We meet patients wherever they live.
During a house call, she found Jack had an issue.
Jack's blood pressure was dangerously high.
It was 217 over 110.
So they got Jack to the hospital and got him the help he needed.
He had had a stent placed in his heart, preventing a massive heart attack.
If it wasn't for my guardian angel, I wouldn't be here.
Hear more stories like Jack's at UnitedHealthcare.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan, area, limitation, and exclusions apply.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at Autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
I
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors, tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
Your favorite sports lineup is here on the Infinity Sports Network on SiriusXM 375. From Maggie and Perloff to Rich Eisen, Infinity Sports Network, 1019 FM HD2, New York.
An Odyssey station.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, we are back. The action is everywhere as we continue, and the Saints miss a field goal as we come back from break. That game continues to be 20-10 in the third quarter. The Bengals have the game, or don't have the game. The Browns are up 16-14. Sorry, I'm all over the place. You know, we're getting ready to order the food, so my brain is on food mode right now as we get ready, locked in. Big turn of events here in Cleveland, so we'll get an update there as well. In that game, it's 16-14 Browns. Well, let's go to New England to get an update at Foxborough in the third quarter. Alan Siegel's got you covered. What's up, Alan?
All right, Anthony. I'll tell you, one of the famed things that we'll hear from every coach in the league, you've got to take care of the football. Security. Well, the Patriots didn't do that right start of the third quarter. They went from the 12-yard line to the 44 of the Raiders, but on the next situation, a 2nd and 7 at the 48, Drake May attempted to go to Stephon Diggs, but a very bad pass intercepted by Isaiah Polamau, and it gave the Raiders a chance to come back the other way. 42 yards of receptions to Jacoby Myers, the former Patriot, got them to the 29, and then Ashton Jeanty, a 5-yard run, and a pass to Mayer got him to the 10, and then Ashton Jeanty went in from 3 yards out, his first career touchdown. So we have changed leads with 9:35 to go here in the third quarter. It's now the Raiders 14 and the Patriots 10, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Alan. So the first career touchdown for Ashton Jeanty as he continues what has been was up until that point a very mediocre day. He gets on the board and the Raiders now lead 14-10, a little over 9.5 minutes to go in the third. Update from Indianapolis, 23-0 for the Colts over the Dolphins, 16-14 for the Bengals. Joe Flacco just threw an interception, so we'll get an update there soon. Bucks, Falcons still tied 10-10 with 9 minutes to go in the third there. As I said, Saints missed a field goal, little under 4 minutes to go in the third. Cardinals up 20-10. Spencer Rattler, 16 of 23 for 131 yards. Jets, Steelers in the third quarter. That's 19-7 as the Jets have the ball. It seems maybe, just maybe, don't want to jinx it, that these offenses have now cooled down. So we'll see where that goes. 9-18 to go in the third. Giants have the ball. They're down 3-14 against the Commanders, and we are still awaiting an update on that Jaguars game, and we'll get you that as that continues. 8:32 left in the second quarter there, 10-3 Jags as we wait for that update. If you didn't hear me earlier, that was Christian McCaffrey is now active. Like I said, let's go out. It's 14-3 in Maryland. Commanders over the Giants. Let's go to our guy Chris Russell for an update there.
All right, Anthony, as you mentioned, 14-3 Commanders, 8:52 to go now in the third quarter. After halftime, been a little bit sloppy. The Giants almost just blocked a punt. As a matter of fact, they got a mid on it off the edge, and Tressway got banged up and knocked down the longtime Commanders punter. And, of course, the crowd did not like it, but on review, it was definitely a good call. And that was one play after the Giants won an expedited review, which was a good call as well, as Zach Ertz dropped a pass as he was going down to the ground on a 3rd and 9. The Commanders tried to run up to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, realizing obviously that it was very much in danger, and they could not, so they called it an expedited review when they overturned the initial call on the field. So the Giants getting a couple of officiating breaks here. trail 14-3. Again, this is Russell Wilson's 200th regular season NFL start. He is now 9 of 18 with an incompletion just a second ago on third down. He has less than 70 yards passing, so 69 exactly. The Commanders' run defense, which was awful all of last year, including the couple of games against the Giants, has been very good. The Commanders' run defense only allowing 36 net rushing yards so far, and only 94 total net yards for Big Blue on offense. Again, 8:37 left to go in the third quarter. Here, Giants punting the ball away to Jalen Lane, the rookie out of Virginia Tech. Another fair catch, so the Commanders will take over midway through or so the third quarter with a 14-3 lead.
Thank you very much. And a little update here. Bengals in the red zone, Bucks in the red zone, and we might have had something happen there. So let's go out to Jeff Zell in Atlanta to give us the update. What's up, Jeff?
Well, the Buccaneers have taken a 17-10 lead, 7:26 left in the third quarter. Baker Mayfield, a 10-yard pass to Bucky Irving for the touchdown. It was a 5-play, 32-yard drive set up by a 53-yard punt return by Cameron Johnson.
Oh, we have to put Jeff on hold there as he's a little choppy there. But like he said, Bucky Irving with the touchdown there to take the lead. That now makes it 17-10 with a little under 7.5 to go. Let's go out to Indianapolis to get an update from Andrew Smith. Andrew, what's going on?
Well, the Colts have a 23-0 lead over the Miami Dolphins, and it feels like every time the Dolphins are about to get a stop, something happens to keep the Colts drive alive. On this drive, the Colts had 1st and 30 because of a couple of holding penalties, but a defensive holding penalty in the Dolphins has given the Colts a first down at the Miami 44-yard line. That happened because previously on the drive, DJ Giddens had a 6-yard run on 4th and 2 to keep the drive alive. The Colts have been dominant. Daniel Jones, 257 yards passing. The Colts with 353 yards of total offense. Miami had a promising drive that carried to the Colts' 31-yard line, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs. The Dolphins with just 106 yards of total offense and 3 turnovers so far. So we've hit the end of the third quarter. The Colts with a 23-0 lead and driving at the Miami 40-yard line.
Thanks so much, Andrew. We'll catch up here in a bit. We got our guy Jeff back for the continuous update. Here is Jeff from ATL. What's up, Jeff?
Okay, Tampa now up 17-10. Baker Mayfield, a 10-yard touchdown pass to Bucky Irving. It was a 5-play, 32-yard drive set up by Cameron Johnson. 53-yard punt return to the Atlanta 32. Big play of the drive, Baker Mayfield, a 20-yard scramble to the Atlanta 8. 17-10, Bucks on top of the Falcons.
Thank you so much, Jeff, as we got an update there. We'll get an update from MetLife as there is a big play that happened there. Before we get to Cleveland, let's just give you a little bit more of an update. Actually, everybody else seems to be out of the red zone. Bucks into the red zone again, it seems. But let's go out to our guy, John Buzika, who's got an update in the Browns and Bengals game. What's up, John?
Yeah, another score here. The Bengals this time, 35-yard field goal by Evan McPherson, and situation for the Browns on that previous drive where Denzel Ward broke up a pass. Carson Schweisinger, the rookie out of UCLA, made a great tackle to break up a pass at the end of that drive as well. The 22-year-old, so rookie Carson standing out, and 3 of the rookies standing out for the Browns. He's actually tied for the lead in tackles now, and Dylan Sampson having a good game. The only guy that we haven't seen today, of course, is Quinshon Judkins because of the situation with the contract and the holdout and everything else that went on. But nonetheless, Browns trailing by just a point. Again, there was a missed extra point. Andre Schmidt, their kicker this year, their first-year kicker, he missed a kick earlier, and that allowed the Bengals to take a 17-16 lead on that 35-yard field goal by Evan McPherson. But the Browns have it, 1st and 10 after a return by DeAndre Carter, and they have a 1st and 10 on their own 26-yard line.
Thank you very much, John. Like I said, a big turn of events, another score here. Let's get out to Mike Mancuso at MetLife to give us an update in the Steelers versus Jets game and Aaron Rodgers' return to MetLife. What's up, Mike?
45 remaining in the third quarter. The Jets with the touchdown now lead 26-17. A very impressive third quarter for the Jets, Anthony. Justin Fields goes in from 2 yards out for the score. It was a 68-yard drive, 8 plays. Fields with a couple of design runs to help himself out, but also lots of good running from Breece Hall. He has 88 yards on the day and 13 carries. A big catch by Garrett Wilson. He has 7 receptions on the day for 95 yards. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Jets' defense and the way the Williams brothers are playing, Quincy and Quinnen. They're pressuring Rodgers. Will McDonald has a couple of sacks. They had sacked Rodgers earlier in the third quarter. Plenty of pressure on the Steelers' offense. Rodgers 13 of 18 for 171 yards, but they can't get anything going on the ground, only 37 total rushing yards. But plenty of time still left, 3:46 remaining in the third. Jets on top of the Steelers, 26-17.
Thank you very much for that. A game that I did not expect to hit the over in, and I'm pretty sure they are well past the over now. I'm almost certain when I checked last night it was 37.5. A little update on some of my picks from earlier. Cardinals-Saints, the anytime touchdown for Kyler Murray. Still searching for that. Bucks over 23.5. They are currently 7 less than that. And the over 47.5 in the Bengals-Browns game. Still an outside chance on that one, although not looking as good as that goes. 17-16 in that game. Minute 22 left in the third. Bengals up 1. 17-10, Bucks over the Falcons. 7 minutes left in the third. The Colts continue to bludgeon the Dolphins 23-0 with 14 minutes left there. 14-10, Raiders over Patriots. 6.5 left in the third. Just starting the fourth quarter in New Orleans, the Cardinals lead 20-10, and the Jets up with about 3:50 to go in the third quarter, 26-17 over the Steelers. A little over 7 minutes left in that Giants-Commanders game. They're up 14-3, and we finally have football in Jacksonville, it seems like, as that game kicks off again. At least it looks like it, 10-3 Jacksonville with 8:26 left in the second, as that was in a delay due to weather down there in Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County. And a little update here as well with the fantasy football leaders. Daniel Jones at 22.6, 8. Garrett Wilson, 22.5. Justin Fields, surprisingly enough, at 20. 2 guys written off, Fields and Daniel Jones, having big opening days for their team as that continues. Looks like a late hit out of bounds here in the Jets game on Johnson. I think that is Quincy Williams that hit him out of bounds. We'll get an update on that call in a second. This Jets team looks fired up, though. Close game there. Some other guys, Michael Pittman Jr., 20 points. This is all in a standard PPR league. Bijan Robinson, 18.1. Marvin Harrison Jr., 15.9. Cedric Tillman, who later in the week became a surge on the waiver wires, on the free agency pickups, he's looking at 16.2. Baker Mayfield, 15.8. Jaden Daniels, 15.36. Kyler Murray, 15.36. Aaron Rodgers at 14.84. So a lot there. As far as defenses go, Colts still sitting at 17. 2 interceptions, a forced fumble, 3 sacks, and the shutout. Commanders at 11 points. Even though the Commanders gave it 3 points, they've only given up 94 yards in that game as the Giants' offense continues to do more of the same. And for those of you out there who love to watch the kickers, Spencer Schrader tied for the week lead along with Chad Ryland, Brandon Aubrey, and Harrison Bucker as well. So a lot to get to fantasy-wise. We'll update that, obviously, as the day goes. And we continue that. We get closer to the 4 o'clock hour. If you didn't hear before, Christian McCaffrey officially active. So you have that, and we'll get some more of the inactives as we go later in that 4 o'clock window. Obviously, Christian Kirk not active for the Texans. Dre Greenlaw injury, defensive side of the ball, not active for the Broncos as we inch closer to 4 o'clock. But we got a lot of action here. Jags, Panthers, finally balling, finally playing. We'll get to all that. We'll come back. We'll check in on all the games, all the action, all the touchdowns, all the fantasy, all the wings as we got our food order in. So now we're really rocking and rolling on Infinity Sportsnet. This is Gridiron Game Day with Anthony Gallo.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, a production of the Infinity Sports Network.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Cryptocurrency continues to gain traction with major announcements this week. Trump Media Group signed a $6.4 billion deal with Crypto.com, the world's leading crypto platform. The companies are joining forces to buy up to $6.4 billion of the cryptocurrency CRO to launch America's first CRO treasury. Upon completion, the newly formed company will be the world's largest holder of CRO. To buy CRO, visit Crypto.com today.
Something big has been spotted in Rhode Island. The $5 Jaws instant ticket from the Rhode Island Lottery. You could win up to $50,000 instantly, or enter the Jaws second chance for cash prizes and Jaws merchandise. Enter at rilot.com or on the lottery's mobile app. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Jaws is copyrighted by Universal City Studios, LLC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
So I made the new Eggo protein waffles the other day for my kids, and they couldn't believe how good they tasted, or that they were packed with protein. They have the same great Eggo taste we all know and love, plus 20% of your daily protein. They seriously taste amazing. Whether it's part of your breakfast before school or a quick bite before practice, new Eggo protein waffles and pancakes are an easy way to keep everyone happy. Head to your local grocery store to fuel your morning with Eggo protein waffles and pancakes, available at retailers nationwide.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Summer's all about fun in the sun. So before you hit the roads to your favorite destination, get your vehicle checked and prepped right at home with complimentary Ford mobile service. Ford expert technicians can perform a lot of the same services right in your driveway that they do in the dealership. Like an oil change with the works package, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and more. So whether you're grilling in the backyard or soaking up some rays, keep enjoying your summer with Ford mobile service. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors.
With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Hey, I'm JR, and the JR Sport Brief is on the Infinity Sports Network. Weekday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Oh, that's right. We are back, and we've got a lot to get to. Steelers in the red zone. They're threatening. We've got Jacksonville and the Panthers back in the full swing of things. A little over 3 minutes to go there in the second quarter after that weather delay. Bengals got the ball back 17-16 in the fourth quarter there. And let's get out to New England for an update from our guy, Alan Siegel. What's up, Alan?
Anthony, the Raiders have overtaken the Patriots in terms of momentum, and also they have increased their lead. It is now 17-10. Just a few moments ago, they started on their own 16-yard line, but passes 11 yards to Michael Mayer, 38 yards to Brock Bowers, who, by the way, has over 100 yards receiving so far this afternoon. And then they got down to the 37-yard line, but a couple of penalties actually cost them, and they did get back to the 33. And Daniel Carlson just added a 51-yard field goal. So that is where we stand with 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's now the Raiders 17, the Patriots 10, Anthony.
Thank you very much. And we've got a big turn of events at MetLife, as we'll get to that in a second, and a big flag here in the Giants-Commanders game. It looks like it's going against the Commanders, and we'll see. As that game is not, Giants have done nothing today, but that game is not out of reach for the Giants. It's only 14-3, and they currently sit right outside of the red zone, and they are pushing from Washington's 38. Jacksonville in the red zone as that game, as I said, continues to be in the second quarter after the weather delay. It is 3:39 in the second. We'll see what we get there after a Travis Etienne run up the middle and a little pass from Trevor Lawrence. We'll get an update as soon as we can from that one. Steelers, Jets, we'll get an update from that as well. After there, Cardinals 20, Saints 10, 11:24 left in the fourth quarter as we watch that. And it looks like there may be another penalty in the Commanders game. But let's go out to Mike Mancuso at MetLife for an update in this big game between the Jets and the Steelers. Very exciting. Mike Mancuso's got you with the update.
All right, I know you mentioned the over-under earlier, and who figured this score? Jets 26, Steelers. Jets lead 26-24. Aaron Rodgers just engineers the touchdown drive to pull Pittsburgh to within 2, and on the ensuing kickoff, the Jets fumbled. Just moments ago, they just fumbled. Gibson fumbled, Pittsburgh recovers, and I'm going to call it, this is happening right in front of us, so excuse the hesitation. Pittsburgh recovers the fumble on about the 22-yard line. So now Aaron Rodgers takes the Steelers offense back on the field, and they have a 1st and 10, and we're going to call it the 22-yard line. So the Jets kind of self-destructing in the last couple of series. A couple of penalties. Quincy Williams was hit with a unsportsmanlike. There was a one play where they had 12 men on the field defensively, and that was a buckaboo for the Jets last year. Too many ridiculously stupid penalties. And I also want to mention that this game has gotten a little nasty, too. Lots of talking and yapping back and forth, and that started late in the first half, and it has continued here in the second. So Pittsburgh on the move. They're down by 2, just on the way, fourth quarter. Jets still lead 26-24.
Thank you for the update, Mike. It has been chippy. It's honestly been the most exciting game of the day, and I was wrong. That penalty in the Giants game went against the Giants. Let's get out. We have an update from this guy in a little bit. Let's get out to Brian Scheibel for an update from Jacksonville. What's up, Brian?
Yep, so the Jags are threatening here. First and goal on the 9-yard line, 1:55 to go in the first half. Still, we had an hour and 16 minutes weather delay. Nothing really ever materialized here, but finally the players were able to resume. There is going to be a normal halftime coming up here soon. But when we came back out of the delay, Panthers had the ball first. They moved it effectively. Bryce Young had a really nice scramble on a third down under heavy pressure. Got 22 yards to move the sticks. But then after getting into Jags territory, a beautiful breakup by Eric Murray on Hunter Renfrow to dislodge the ball, set up a third down, and then the heavy pressure on Bryce Young forced it incomplete. First play after the punt, Travis Etienne goes 71 yards to get deep into Panthers territory. He's had 7 carries, 99 on the day so far. So that's where we stand right now. 1:53 to go in the first half, and Jags, as I said, first and goal from the 9-yard line. They lead Carolina 10-3.
Thank you very much, Brian. We'll get more of an update there. The Steelers make the Jets pay, so we'll get Mike on the line again to talk about that. Andrew Smith at Indy has an update on the Colts beatdown of the Dolphins. What's up, Andrew?
Yeah, the shutout has ended as the Colts lead is now 30-6 as Miami's Devon Achane just caught an 11-yard touchdown pass on 4th down, a swing pass where he drove through a tackle and crossed the goal line. But that's really been the only thing that's gone right for Miami today, as the Colts have scored on all 6 of their possessions. Most recently, a 1-yard touchdown run by Daniel Jones to cap off a 15-play drive, the Colts' third scoring drive of at least 14 plays in this game. And that was extended by a defensive holding penalty on the Dolphins after the Colts had 1st and 30 due to a couple of holding penalties. So Daniel Jones having a really solid day at 257 yards passing. The Colts have run the ball for 150 yards, led by Jonathan Taylor's 71. And the Dolphins have struggled to get their offense on track, but Tua Tagovailoa has just led the Dolphins on a touchdown drive. They trail 30-6 pending the 2-point conversion with 6:21 to go.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Let's get back out to Maryland for that Commanders-Giants game. Chris Russell's got an update for you.
All right, Anthony, the Giants have pulled within 8, 14-6 now, as Graham Gano nails a long field goal after the Commanders' defense kind of buckled down and stopped some of the bleeding that Russell Wilson and the Giants were putting together here. So, again, it's 14-6, Washington, with 1:38 left to go here in the third quarter in Landover, trying to get our stat scoreboard to load up. I apologize. I hit the wrong button right as you were coming.
All good.
And I lost my NFL game stats and information service. So just bear with me here for a second. But Russell Wilson and the Giants finally putting together a little bit of a drive. Again, the Commanders' defense has been really good on the day so far, and just forced that long field goal by Graham Gano. We'll have to give you the rest of the updates on stats in a sec. But a couple of injury notes. Mikey Sandersville, the Commanders' second-year corner, came out on that series and was replaced by Jonathan Jones. And earlier in the day, Mike McFadden, you had mentioned this earlier, he had been carted off. He has a leg and foot injury. He has been ruled out long ago for the game, but x-rays reportedly negative. Those are the only 2 injuries that we're dealing with that have been announced here in the press box. So again, it's 14-6 now, Commanders, as we make the turn towards the start of the fourth quarter.
Thank you very much, Chris. And let's get back to MetLife for another update from that Jets game. As when we last spoke to Mike, the Steelers had recovered a fumble and they made the Jets play. Let's get the breakdown from Mike Mancuso. What's up, Mike?
It's still 14 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. The Steelers lead 31-26. We had mentioned that Jaylen Warren had a touchdown for Pittsburgh that pulled them to within 26-24. But then on the ensuing kickoff, Gibson fumbled. He was hit by Kenneth Gainwell, who forced the fumble. And then it was Ben Skowronek, who had a touchdown earlier in the game. He recovered the fumble on the 22. 2 plays later, Rodgers rolls out, hits Calvin Austin for the touchdown, and that gave Pittsburgh the lead. It's now 31-26. Rodgers 17 of 23 for 229 yards and 4 TDs. He's been sacked 3 times. Justin Fields had a real solid first half. It's been a little quiet for the Jets offense in the second half, although Breece Hall does have 100 yards rushing on 14 carries. Jets have the ball. They're on their own 45-yard line. They trail Pittsburgh 31-26.
Thank you very much, Mike. A very exciting game as the Jets have the ball here, like he said, and they try to get back those points they just gave up after a big 14-point swing. A little update on the other scoreboards. 11:20 to go in the Bucs-Falcons game. Bucs lead the Falcons on the road 17-13. That's in the fourth quarter. Browns have the ball at home, down 1, 17-16 Bengals, 9:46 to go in the fourth there. The Dolphins finally got on the board. It's 30-8 in Indianapolis. Raiders have the ball with 13:30 to go in the game, up 7, 17-10. Cardinals up 20-10 in New Orleans, 9 minutes to go in the fourth there. Commanders 14-6 over the Giants, the full 15 to go left in that one in the fourth. And the Panthers with the ball down 17-3 as we got a touchdown from Brian Thomas Jr. We'll get an update from Scheibel as well when we hear from him. But let's go back out to Cleveland from our guy, John Buzica, to get another update. What's up, John?
Yeah, Browns look like they were moving again. Harold Fannin and Dylan Sampson been the top 2 targets today. The pair of rookies, one from Bowling Green, the local kid Fannin is out of Canton, as I said earlier, from McKinley High School in Canton, just grew up in the Hall of Fame city. And then Dylan Sampson, 8 receptions, 64 yards. He's actually been Joe Flacco's leading target, but drive stalled after a third down. Pass was complete to Jerry Jeudy, but came up well short of the first down that they needed. And the Browns offense that has been up and down and kind of all over the place today has an opportunity here late. And the defense has been good. Really got to give credit to the defense today. Despite giving up 17 points, they've really, really held the Bengals in check. The Bengals as a whole have just total yardage of 263 yards compared to the Browns, who have considerably more, 484 total yards. The Browns outgaining the Bengals by a lot. They have more first downs. They have just about everything. But, when it comes to the score on the scoreboard, that's what matters. And then, of course, that missed extra point looming large right now by Schmidt as well. So final 9:22 coming up, though. Bengals have it, 1st and 10 on their own 20 after a touchback. And we'll see which team wants this more here in the Battle of Ohio down the stretch, guys.
Thank you very much, John. An exciting one. A lot of close games here. Like I said, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 games that are one possession. There's a lot of game left in the Panthers-Jaguars game. A lot to go there. We'll get all that, all the action, all the football, touchdowns, interceptions, sacks, fumbles, whatever it is. We've got it all here on Gridiron Game Day. I'm Anthony Gallo, and you're listening to Infinity Sportsnet. Let's get an update from our guy, Pete McCarthy.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
All right, Anthony, support is sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you could save at progressivecommercial.com. Aaron Rodgers returning to MetLife Stadium and throwing 4 touchdowns in his Steelers debut. Steelers leading the Jets 31-26. The Jets, though, do have the ball in the red zone, 10:46 to play in regulation. Jaden Daniels and the Commanders with a 14-6 lead on the Giants going into the fourth quarter. The Falcons are ahead of the are behind the Buccaneers 17-13. Bengals 17, Browns 16, 9:22 to play in the fourth there. Daniel Jones, a huge debut for the Colts. He's thrown a touchdown, ran for 2 more. Colts 30, Dolphins 8, just 4:04 to play in Indianapolis. The Raiders with a 17-10 advantage on the Patriots. Brock Bowers picking up where he left off last year with a 100-yard receiving game. It's the Cardinals 20, Saints 10 in New Orleans. 8 minutes to go there. Still the first half in Jacksonville after a rain delay, 17-3. The Jaguars are leading the Panthers. Travis Hunter, the number 2 pick in the draft, 4 catches, 22 yards this far. And this NFL Sunday has only just begun. Another 4 games start at the top of the hour. Micah Parsons is active for the Packers as they take on the Lions at Lambeau. Parsons will be on some kind of snap count due to his back issue. The Packers also have receiver Jaden Reed active despite his foot injury. Christian McCaffrey is active for the 49ers. He had been questionable with a calf injury. The Niners are in Seattle taking on Sam Darnold in his Seahawks debut. A big debut for the number 1 pick in this past year's draft, the Titans' Cam Ward. Tough place to start as he heads to Denver to take on the Broncos' elite defense. Matthew Stafford and the Rams are hosting C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Tonight, the best matchup of the day, Josh Allen's Bills hosting Lamar Jackson's Ravens. Then there's the small matter of the men's final at the U.S. Open. Carlos Alcaraz winning the first set over Jannik Sinner, 6-2. They're just about to start the second set at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Actually, Sinner just took the first game of the second set. I'm Pete McCarthy.
The Infinity Sports Network is on your smart speaker. All you have to say is, play Infinity Sports Network. That's it. Play Infinity Sports Network.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder with you, at least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Cryptocurrency continues to gain traction with major announcements this week. Trump Media Group signed a $6.4 billion deal with Crypto.com, the world's leading crypto platform. The companies are joining forces to buy up to $6.4 billion of the cryptocurrency CRO to launch America's first CRO treasury. Upon completion, the newly formed company will be the world's largest holder of CRO. To buy CRO, visit Crypto.com today.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks iced energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks iced energy. Find it in stores or online today.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where
Data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
They can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Find your next ride at Autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
Hey, what's going on? This is Zach Gelb. Join me for the Zach Gelb Show, weekday afternoon starting at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. Here's your host, Anthony Gallo.
Let's get right back into it. This is Gridiron Game Day, and I'm Anthony Gallo. We've got a big play coming up in this Jets-Steelers game, but we've had another score in the Patriots-Raiders game, so let's get out to Foxborough so our guy Alan Siegel can give us the breakdown. Alan, what's going on?
All during the summer, Anthony, Mike Vrabel said the big thing for his team is win the second half. Well, they have not done that this afternoon because a few moments ago, Geno Carlson hit a 40-yard field goal with 6:46 to go here in the game. And so far in the second half, the Raiders have outscored the Patriots 13-0. So that is where we stand. 6 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the game. It's the Raiders 20, the Patriots 10, Anthony.
Thank you very much. And a big play. We'll get an update soon from MetLife as this Jets-Steelers game continues to be awesome. And we'll get going there. A little jawing, as always, in that game. We'll go back to that in a second. Let's get out to Indianapolis with our guy Andrew Smith as he updates us from that bloodbath. Andrew, how are you?
They are doing well. The Colts have extended their lead to 33-8 as Spencer Schrader just knocked through a 48-yard field goal, his fourth field goal of the game. The Colts 7 possessions, 7 scores tonight, and a successful debut for Daniel Jones, who is 22 of 29 for 272 yards. The Colts also 156 yards rushing. Daniel Jones has 2 of those rushing touchdowns. And the Colts did a really good job of bottling up Tua Tagovailoa. He had 114 yards passing. A lot of that came late, and especially on their touchdown drive that came not too long ago. But he has been replaced by Zach Wilson to play out the final few minutes of this one. We're at the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter as the Colts are about to finish off a 33-8 win over Miami.
Thank you. How about that? The ex-New York quarterback bowl out there in Indianapolis. Let's get out to Mike Mancuso as we've got a big play coming up in this Jets-Steelers game. Mike's got you covered. Mike Mancuso from MetLife.
No, I'm still shaking my head over Daniel Jones. How about that? But, why not? Good luck to him. 7 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Jets have just grabbed the lead. It's now 32-31. Justin Fields going in from 1 yard out. Jets showing some guts, Aaron Glenn does. On a 4th and 1, he elects to go for it. So now the Jets are leading by 1 point, and they are setting up for a 2-point conversion try. And I guess it makes sense to go up 3 if you can. Because the field goal either way is going to just tie it if they're able to get this, whereas if they go for 1, obviously a field goal will win it for Pittsburgh. But anyway, having said all that, Jets are going for it, so I'm just kind of dragging this out a little bit. Fields throws into the corner of the end zone, and it looks as if it is incomplete. So So the two-point try misses. He went to the far corner of the end zone, Anthony, and missed. So that sets us up. 7 minutes to go, which is an eternity, and the over-under has been completely blown. 32 for the Jets, 31 for the Steelers, 7 minutes to go. Aaron Rodgers has 4 touchdowns, and I wouldn't bet against him having a fifth by the time this is over. So still plenty to go here at MetLife Stadium.
And that is a crazy turn of events. And like he said, they have shattered the over-under there. Aaron Rodgers, 17 of 23, 229 yards, 4 touchdowns. Breece Hall, 18 carries, 105 yards. Garrett Wilson's having himself a day, 7 receptions, 95 yards, and a touchdown, as him and Jalen Ramsey have both battled all day on and off the field. Let's go out to Cleveland, as we've got another big play coming up in that game, as well as John Buzika's got you covered there.
Yeah, Browns had driven the ball deep into Bengals territory, and then Carson Schmidt, who's already missed an extra point, I beg your pardon, not Carson Schmidt, Andre Smith, who had already missed an extra point earlier in the game, missed a field goal here from 36 yards, had a good look at it from the Cincinnati 18 and missed the field goal. And the Browns defense, which I misstated earlier, guys, which has been elite today. Truly, they have been. They've held the Bengals to just 145 total yards, maybe less than that, 141 or 2, somewhere in there. And they've been all over the field. Myles Garrett had 2 sacks on the same possession earlier. The Browns offense has outgained them by more than double now. It's 287 to 141. But 2 missed field goal blunders, 1 on an extra point, 1 on a 36-yard field goal attempt, and the Browns trail 17-16, and they've started to dive into using their timeouts because we're at 2:17 left in the game. Best case scenario here the Browns can hope for is get a stop and then get another chance and hope that your young kicker out of Syracuse can knock one through. But they trail by a point, guys. Waning moments left here in Cleveland.
Thank you for the call. And he's right. They have, I don't know why I said thank you for the call. He will hear from John again later this hour, but he's been spot on. They have made Joe Burrow and that vaunted, stacked Bengals offense look very pedestrian today, and they are not trailing because of that defense. That defense has showed up big time, led by Myles Garrett. Saints are now threatening in the red zone. They're on the 5, 4th and goal, so we'll get an update in that one. Little 2:53 to go in that game as they're down 10. Let's go check back in Maryland in the Commanders-Giants game. Chris Russell has got you covered. Here's Chris.
All right, Anthony. The Commanders are driving here at the Giant 30-yard line with 8:10 left to go in the fourth quarter, leading 14-6. Jaden Daniels just converting on a 3rd and 5 on a dart across the middle. Not a Jackson dart, but a dart to Deebo Samuel for 19 yards, and that was after a 12-yard run and a 13-yard run earlier on the drive by the quarterback for the Washington Commanders, who now has 8 runs for 69 yards, and he's throwing for 218 so far, 18 of 28 with a touchdown. And again, the Commanders looking for what essentially might be the knockout punch if they can score a touchdown. Certainly not if they can connect on a field goal, but it would expand their lead to more than just 1 score, which is what it is right now, up 8. Earlier, Graham Gano hit a 55-yard field goal to draw the Giants a little bit closer at 14-6. Earlier in the game, it was Zach Ertz and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, a.k.a. Bill, with touchdowns for Washington, and Gano had a 21-yard field goal as well. So that's where we stand, 14-6 Washington over the Giants, 8:06 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Thank you for that, Chris. A little update here. Saints kick a field goal. They make it 20-13. They're still trailing the Cardinals in the red zone right now, threatening from the 2-yard line. The Falcons have the ball down 4 to the Bucs. We'll get an update there soon, but just noon lead at halftime. Obviously, if you missed it earlier, Jaguars and Panthers were in a weather delay, so they just get to halftime. And let's get the update from Brian Scheibel.
Yeah, you said it. Just at halftime here now, about 7 minutes or so until we start the second half. But the Jags definitely came out of the extended weather delay, and then been very effective. Put together a nice drive following a Panthers fumble, which Jordan Lewis, cornerback for the Jags, recovered. And he's having some first half of it with quarterback pressure, a couple of pass deflections, and then the fumble recovery. That led to a Travis Etienne 71-yard rush that got him deep into Panthers territory. And then Brian Thomas Jr. capped it off with a rush. He had 6 rushes last year, but this is the first time he's found the end zone on a running play. So Trevor Lawrence on the first half, 14-19, 128 yards, had 1 touchdown to tight end Hunter Long. Travis Hunter, 4 catches, 22 yards in his first half as a pro. So the Panthers will get the ball first when we come out of the halftime break, but they trail Jacksonville 20-3.
Thank you so much, Brian. And we'll jump into that game as the second half should start soon. Huge, massive hit on Aaron Rodgers in that Jets-Steelers game as the Steelers punt, and we'll get an update from Mike Mancuso as the Jets look to close that one out. 5:21 to go in the fourth there. There is a flag on the play, though, after the punt. Giants down 14-6 in against the Commanders on the road. 7.5 to go there. Cardinals have the ball up 20-13. A little over 2 minutes to go in that one. Raiders have the ball up 20-10. 3 minutes to go in that one. Bengals, the 2-minute warning just happened. They have the ball up 17-16 for the Bengals over the Browns. Falcons still have the ball on the 2-yard line, so we'll get an update in that game once that happens. But let's go back out to the Commanders-Giants game and get an update from our guy, Chris Russell.
All right, Anthony, as we mentioned, the Commanders were driving, and they just finished that drive off with a 19-yard jet run by Deebo Samuel, the newest Commander, acquired for a 5th-round pick from the San Francisco 49ers over the offseason. He punches it in. Now, it's interesting. His first play, his first carry in the preseason here at home for the Commanders was also a 19-yard jet run. So this time they ran it the opposite way, and it ultimately winds up as a 19-yard run. And he just outstretched over the end zone to cap off a 9-play, 80-yard, 4-minute, and 57-second drive. So the Commanders now lead 21-6 over the New York Giants with 7:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. Deebo Samuel, just in case you're curious for fantasy and props, 7 catches for 77 yards. And, of course, just that 1 carry just a second ago for 19 yards and the touchdown. Anthony, back to you.
Thank you. You're the man, Chris. That's a big day for Deebo Samuel in his debut for the Commanders. And it felt like that Giants defense could do everything it did to win this game, and they does not look good for them right now. Game's not over, but not looking great. Let's jump back out to Cleveland to get an update from our guy John Buzika on the Browns and the Bengals game.
Wow. Something just happened that's just wild. Joe Flacco was trying to throw an out pattern to the left side of the field, and it went through Cedric Tillman's hands. Second time today that a Browns receiver has had a ball in their hands. It was a bit of a low throw, but probably still should have been caught, and was picked off by the Bengals. And on a day where the Browns defense has controlled this game, guys, and literally held, as you said earlier, I think it was very aptly put, Anthony, the vaunted Bengals passing offense to very little. They're going to come up short. The Bengals have just 113 passing yards and have just like 160 some total yards, and a second interception by Joe Flacco on a play where the ball was in a Browns player's hands. Going to probably be the undoing of the Browns today. They have just 2 timeouts remaining with 1:24 left. They're down 17-16, and on a day where the Browns defense was back to its normal self from 2 years ago, they're going to most likely, unless some sort of miracle happens here late, come up short of winning this game.
Well, thank you for the update, John. And it was I'm seeing the replay now. That's a rough one. Low throw, up in the air, picked off. And like John said, that Browns defense was the best unit on the field all game. And it seems like that the Browns lost this game more than the Bengals won it. And we get a big play there. It looks like a sack in the Saints game, keeping the Saints alive. So a lot of surprises today. A lot going on, a lot of surprises, and we'll get to all that. These games are all winding down. We're almost at the 4 o'clock games as these games wind down too. So a lot of action, a lot of chaos coming up soon. We'll get all the end of game action, the post game reaction, all that on the Gridiron.
Get your 2026 season memberships to see the New England Revolution and claim your seats in the heart of the action for all 17 games. Season members receive amazing benefits, including a player-signed Revolution scarf when you place a deposit today. For more details, head to revolutionsoccer.net. A simple deposit is all it takes. Start enjoying some of your 2026 season member benefits now. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Getting on the network America relies on is easy when you come into your local Verizon store. Come check out their latest deals on phones, accessories, and so much more. From shopping to support and everything in between, it's your one-stop shop to get it all. And when you switch to Verizon, you choose what goes into your unlimited plan and save on what you need. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. Visit your local Verizon store to speak with a rep and save big today.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
A summer day is the most righteous time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Ooh, Gecko, I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app. Could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks iced energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks iced energy. Find it in stores or online today.